Hello, bellends and axe wounds, and welcome to another episode of the Richard Lewis Show.
Your voice has gone all deep again.
Has it done the sexual chocolate voice again?
Yeah.
Nice. How do we fix that then, Sam?
Unplug it and plug it back in. See, like it wasn't like that 6 minutes ago.
Right, do it.
Right,
Hello?
You're still pretty deep, mate. Right, hang on.
No.
Alright, don't end the call yet. Right, now I'm gonna recall you, right?
What, you recalling?
No, you're good, right? Okay, it's good now.
I'm good now.
Yeah. Alright.
Right, good. Tell you what, let's start that again. Let's start the show again.
Why though?
Just do it. Do the full sequence.
Right.
I got a flow.
Alright, hang on. Alright.
You got.
Alright. Lick my balls. No. Okay, I'm gonna play the intro now again.
Hello, bellends and axe wounds, and welcome to another episode of the Richard Lewis Show. We've got a hell of a show for you today. Man, Kurt Eichenwald. Yeah, we're going to get into that. Holy shit, this guy, what a fucking disaster, Sam. What a disaster this guy is.
I love it.
Yeah, just ridiculous. Anyway, before we get into that, we did say we ended last night's show with, kind of a promise that we were going to plug our new merchandise store. We were going to pitch it. A lot of people asked for, T-shirts and other shit. We got the T-shirts made. I don't think we've made like mugs or anything yet, but we'll get there. So anyway, Sam, let's do it. Let's do the store plug. You set this up. You programmed it.
I didn't like.
Yeah, you did. 100% did though. So tell us all about it, mate.
So the link is rlewisreports.com/merch. It'll take you to a store, and the company we've gone with is Designed by Humans. So like I don't know who else is with them. I think Wreckful is with them. Who else is with them? Evil Geniuses, bunch of esports teams, Alliance, all those kind of people. There's a bunch of people on here anyway.
So we went with the designs that we thought you guys would like the most. So we did like two generic ones just to put them out there, which is, just Richard Lewis Show. It's my face. That was the easy thing to get commissioned, right? Because it's, my image. So we did that. So you can see there I am, Richard Lewis Reports. With a beard and some glasses, that's me. We did one with just the glasses, as if, I was one of the two Ronnies. I'd like to think I was famous for more than just my glasses, but, that's a summer T-shirt, summer colours. But then we went out and we did the two most popular catchphrases from the show. The first one being, didn't happen. And if you look at the didn't happen T-shirt, that's basically me and Sam, or Sam and me to be polite, sort of done up as Sherlock Holmes and Watson type characters investigating bullshit and things that, of course, didn't happen. And, you can get it in. We made sure that we were getting them produced in up to 3XL, I think it is it?
It goes up to 5, mate.
5XL. I did say I suspected we had a lot of fatties in there. So I did say that.
Yeah.
So there you go. So you can get a Didn't Happen T-shirt. I think Sam looks kind of the cooler one there, actually, with his little tash. Not bad. But anyway,
even fatter Ron Jeremy.
Yeah, not bad. Just so you know, fat Ron Jeremy, his dick's tiny now. Like, it's not as impressive as it used to be. It's like as you get, yeah, just it's not the same, is it? And then the other thing now. It says on the description, brain power.
We all know what it means.
We all know what this means. I'll expressly say it. This was another design by our artist, Chloe Price, for mentally ill. Mentally ill. These people are mentally ill. That's the other catchphrase. You can see it's a brain, and it's ill. It's sick. It's got a temperature. It's got an IV drip on there. So you can get yourself a mentally ill T-shirt to let people know in advance that you're mentally ill. But of course, if anyone asks, it's brain power. You know, wink, wink. You've overworked your brain. So go to the store, which is at rlewisreports.com/merch. If you want to pick up a T-shirt, do it. Again, I think we had a sort of, what was it, like an arrangement, so it's like no matter where it ships in the world, it's all the same shit, right?
I think it's like pretty much no matter where you live, you won't pay more than like $5 shipping. So as far as I know, or like pretty much every country anyway.
So
if that link doesn't work, just go to designbyhumans.com/shop/RLewisReports, just in case our link goes down or something.
Yeah, if someone DDoSes us or something like that, if Kurt Eichenwald comes for us, fucking disgusting weeb trash that he is. But we're gonna get into Kurt Eichenwald. But I mean, you know, there's so much shit to talk about. I don't want to peak too soon. You know what I mean? So let's get into some other shit that's kind of been hovering around over the last few days. Right. I'll get this out the way right now. You might remember on the podcast, I said emotional support dogs. I don't support emotional support dogs. Fuck them. If you need a dog to lick your hand because you're scared of going on a plane, grow the fuck up. End of story. Grow up. It's a plane. It's not for dogs. Right? If you're blind, obviously, you got to have a dog, haven't you? I mean, I still wish there was a way we could just have robots or something. But I guess if we were at that level of technology, we'd probably just make robot eyes, wouldn't we? No. And that's a debate for another day. The point is, if you're so scared of flying that you have to have a fucking dog with you to calm you the fuck down, maybe you just don't get to fly. Maybe that's your life now, right? You know, until you deal with your shit. Well, a lot of people didn't like that opinion. A lot of people fucking messaged me on YouTube saying, oh, Richard, why do you hate the people that need emotional support dogs? And they did the usual appeal to you know, your sensibilities by saying, what about veterans? Never met a veteran who needs an emotional support dog, by the way. It's almost as if it's not just a dog that's going to help. But sure, there probably are some veterans out there that have emotional support dogs. Not because they're afraid of flying, though. Maybe they do need to take it from point A to point B. I guess that's fine. I guess if you've got some sort of medically diagnosed PTSD and you were in the military, all right, you can have a dog. But if you're just a little bit afraid of flying, fuck you. Fuck your phobia. You know, no one likes flying. It's unnatural. It's shit. Fuck having a dog, right? So there was a story, and it was a local news story, Sam. Happened just down the road from me, and I felt validated. Because this is the story that an emotional support dog just fucking mauled a passenger on the plane, just straight minding his own business, right? And he was sat in a window seat, so they couldn't even get away, right? And this person comes on with a fucking emotional support dog, right? And interestingly enough, got to be said, it says here they're a military service member. So this is going to test my love for the troops to breaking point, because I hope this case blows up and they're just like, do you know what? Dogs on a plane? Nah, fuck you. Hire a private jet if it's that bad for you. And what happened was they sit down and the dog immediately just doesn't like this motherfucker that's inside. It just doesn't like him. It just straight doesn't like him. Now get this, right? It's a 4-year-old chocolate Labrador pointer mix. It's not like a fucking, you know, emotional support pit bull, emotional support Rottweiler. You know what I mean? It's not like a fighting dog, right? It's a fucking pointer lab cross. Like, I mean,
it sounds like quite a big dog, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got a size on it, but it shouldn't be like.
Oh no, it's not aggro though. Yeah.
Labs are soft as shit. Pointers are usually well disciplined and well trained. So fucking nonsense. So anyway, this dog straight up doesn't like this cunt. Like, it just doesn't. It growled at him. It was growling at him non-stop, and he said on 3 separate occasions, "Look, is that dog gonna bite me, mate?" Right?
I'd be so on edge, but it's you like just, 11-hour flight. That dog's gonna go for my neck. That dog's gonna go for, oh fucking hell! Every time he breathes, but I'd be
just imagine it, right? You just sat there by the window, like, oh, I'll just get my head down, just sleep through this plane, like, you know, this flight. fucking, 4 hours. Like, I'm already delayed. Fucking don't know where my bags are. It's all been shit. But, I'm going to skip the free bag of peanuts and just have some kip. And then this guy sits down. He's nervous because he's obviously a train wreck because he's got an emotional support dog. And then the dog just doesn't like you. It just doesn't like you. Fucking please, Lord, what have I done? Like, what have I done to deserve this? So this dog is just straight giving him the growlers. And the fucking bloke is saying, look, is it going to bite me? Is it going to bite me? And of course, the military dude is going, no, it's fine.
Nah.
Just a bit nervous, that's all. Anyway, they're getting ready for pushback. And the dog just launched at this fella, like, he started biting, like, just straight started biting him, biting his arms, going for his face, straight trying to pick him up, right? And they had to stop the plane. They had to call a medical emergency. The man's full bleeding, like, his shirt's in shreds. He looks like he's gone through a werewolf transformation scene, just put full on shredded clothes, bleeding.
Pictures or what?
Nah, no one got any. Or maybe they can't show them because of the case. It's weird, actually, because all their names are anonymous. I don't know if it's because there's a military guy involved or something. But all the names are anonymous in the news reports. Anyway, so this cunt now has to get off the plane, go to hospital, get stitches, get a tetanus shot. I mean, like, look at this. This is the silver lining, right? So this guy's done nothing except get on a plane. He gets attacked by a dog on a plane. Just weigh that up in your mind, like the likelihood of this happening.
There's got to be some money coming from somewhere at this point.
Oh, he's getting paid. Mate, do you know what? If it was me, this sounds harsh as fuck. If this was me...
I'd be winding a dog up is what you're going to say, I thought you were going to say, I'd be trying to get her to attack me.
No. If this was me, I'd waive all the money if I could just watch the dog get put down.
Aggro.
Just be there and it's at the vets. Just arms folded. Yep, you fucked up, son. Just to give it the needle.
He definitely knows.
I don't give a fuck. I love dogs. But I've been attacked by a dog on a fucking plane. We live in a society where if someone, in certain states, if someone kills a family member or does something heinous, you get to go to their execution. But, you get to sit there.
Where does that happen?
Texas, probably. And,
probably. No,
I'm saying Green Mile.
You can't, that can't be real. You can't just go watch them get put down.
No, they still do it, mate. They still do it. They still do it, mate. They still do it. And they sit there, right? And the last speech is always the same before they fucking fry him. The bloke always goes, I'm sorry about what I did, and I hope that this gives you some relief. And then they just put volts in the body.
As if, why would he be a cuck at the end?
Straight nightmares.
They're putting you down. At least be creepy or something. Do something or get remembered for.
Why should I feel sympathetic to a fucking dog? Like this dog is so unreasonable, Sam. Don't you get it? Like, this isn't like the little fluffy dog. He's just got on a plane, aggro as fuck. You're going to be there for emotional support. This dog's meant to understand the complexities of the human condition, and it's just sitting there, and it's just decided for the fucking blue that it fucking doesn't like me. How dare you?
See, this is the person. He's come on, aggro as fuck. As if he's walking on. Who wants a man? Who fucking wants some?
This dog is unacceptable. Do you know what I mean? Like, why you just... Oh, come on, mate. Like,
you're being unreasonable. Come on.
Just being out of fucking control there. Like, this, and no one else. The dog is prejudiced, Sam. It's picked me out, hasn't it? I mean, not me, but the guy. Right? Yeah. So, fuck that dog. Seriously, fuck that dog. Everyone's like, oh, Richard, but the dogs are nice. Yeah, not this one. It's a cunt, isn't it? It's like the average person. I don't want the average person to go to jail forever, do I? But if you do something that warrants it, yeah, you're going to jail. This dog is a criminal, Sam. It's a criminal dog. Fuck him. He goes to dog prison at best. I don't give a fuck about the guy's emotional support. Yeah? Maybe if he could have kept his shit together, maybe his dog... That's how fucked up he is. His nerves jingling, jangling have got to the dog. The dog was probably normal going in, hanging around with that cunt to put him on edge. Like, fucking hell, he wakes up every 5 minutes. I can't get a good night's sleep in my basket. Someone's got to pay for that. It's unacceptable. So anyway, this is the silver lining that the news report put out there. This is how shit your day is, right? Good news, the dog has been vaccinated for rabies. Brilliant. I'm not getting rabies then. All right, nice. My day has been salvaged. I've got no clothes. I've got open wounds. I've had to have a tetanus shot. I've missed my fucking flight. Yeah, you're damn right. You better get paid. But more sensibly, fuck dogs on a plane. Samuel L. Jackson did a movie about snakes. I'd probably rather be next to a snake on a plane. Wouldn't you?
Nah. Nah. I don't fuck with snakes, mate.
Maybe not a poisonous one. Just the one.
If it's a big one, though, can it choke me to death?
I like to think someone would notice, mate.
No, mate. You realise that's just all muscle, though, but in a sleeve. Fuck, but you need like 3 people to pull a snake off you.
A few digs, mate.
Digs.
Yeah, it's like a dead arm, innit?
Yeah. Just punch that concrete hard muscle. So.
I'd rather be sat next to just a little, like one of the ones that can just give you a nasty bite, a nasty nip.
I don't mind that, as long as they want to choke me to death.
There weren't all deadly ones on snakes on a plane, were they, Sam? They weren't all deadly. You did have a constrictor, yes.
Asking?
You did.
Can we just make sure they're all poisonous before we go crazy?
I don't know what the one that jumped on that guy's dick was. Do you remember that one? Remember that bit?
I don't know what snake it was, though.
So, but yeah, I think I'd rather take my chances with the snakes than a big fucking aggressive dog, obviously.
Depends.
People forget that dogs will fuck you up.
All I need is a chair, though, but I reckon I could be a dog. I need a corner and a chair, and I reckon I could survive.
Well, yeah, maybe.
Lion tamer style.
Yeah, lion tamer style, like cracking away. But you shouldn't need to do that to get on a plane.
No, I shouldn't have to enter the gladiator bit to fucking fly. That is a good point.
It's so ridiculous, though, isn't it? Like, this has got to stop. This madness has got to stop. Dogs don't belong on planes. They barely know what's going on when you put them in a car. They're scared of hoovers. You can't put them on a plane. It's ridiculous. Right. What else before Eichenwald? Fucking hell. Oh, shit, we didn't even show the fucking video, did we? We were going to show that at the top of the show.
What video?
Of that pub.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So here's the thing. Well, Sam cues this up, right? People often ask me, because I live in America now, they go, do you ever miss the UK? I say, nah, not really.
Nah.
Right. But what about your friends and family? I'll just pay for them to come here, actually, rather than me go back. And it's not just because I don't want to do a transatlantic flight and fucking all of that bullshit, and I got shit to do out here. It's things are just better out here. Like I'm just gonna flat out say it, like in Georgia, okay, there's still, I think bars still close at 2, which is fucking lame. But other than that, I mean, everything's banging, isn't it, Sam?
Yeah, it's got
you stayed out here for a while. We had a good time, didn't we?
Yeah. Lived there for like 7 months in total, something like that.
Yeah. Fucking had an Irish bar that we used to go to on the reg. Used to have that bar where the fucking people just straight hated us all the time because we were just asking fishballs. Only time I've ever seen anyone get refused in a bar.
Yeah, another one.
Too much to drink. Sorry, sir. It is now illegal for me to serve you.
I know. What a nerd. I could have taken at least 10 more.
Nah, what a fucking nerdlinger, right? Anyway, so we saw this video just the other day. It was on Sam's Facebook feed, of course, and this is why I don't miss the UK. This is an average pub in Great Britain. For anyone who's wondering, roll this fucking shit.
Don't stand up, just kidding. you go, mate.
It's too much, isn't it, man? Like, what is going on? Like, what is going on in that barber? What is going on?
There's so much to comment on, mate.
I know, innit? Fucking hell, mate. Like,
every part is just comedy gold on its own, mate.
no, that's the thing. Like,
This could be 6 3-second videos, and they'd all be Street Fighter. They'd all be bangers, like.
I don't even know what the old boys do it though. Like, Doug Stanhope's just messed up, right? I can get on board with that. But what the fuck is fucking the old man doing? Like, what is the old man doing? He's
living the rest of his life out in that pub, probably.
No, but look, he doesn't even look like he knows where he is, does he? He's just like confused, like what? Who's she? Fuck, where am I?
Where's my daughter? Oh,
I mean,
I haven't got any kids.
I just don't even know what's going on. Now, apparently that's a bar in Yorkshire, but I mean, fuck, there are bars like that all over in Britain, aren't there? So yeah, it's not good. Right, let's do one more fucking story, and then we'll tackle the beast that is Kurt Eichenwald. Which one am I gonna go with? I thought this was interesting. It's just an interesting story. Probably dampens the humour a little bit, but we probably need a break before we get into Kurt Eichenwald. So I just thought this was mad, Sam, right? Like straight madness. There was this article in The Guardian just yesterday, and it was called Boxed In, Life Inside of the Coffin Cubicles of Hong Kong. Right, and I'd heard about this, right? In fact, I used to live with a geezer from, I think, Hong Kong called Eric. When I was living in Birmingham, it was a big shared house, and we had people from all over the world in it. It was like me, the guy who used to run Cadred with me, and there was it was real interesting actually because two of our neighbours, there was a geezer called Paul. Paul was a mad Caribbean Christian, right, like hardcore Christian, though, you know what I mean? Like devil get out kind of Christian. Next door to him, what was his name now? Can't remember, but he was next door to a Muslim in a house together, and they never really talked to each other. But for whatever reason, we had a house shared together. I was always monitoring that situation with great interest. Right, who's gonna flip out at the other first? Turns out it was all fine. Who knew? We can all live together in harmony. It was a great metaphor. And then underneath Paul was Eric, right? And all Eric needed to live was the internet. That's all he ever cared about. Every time the internet went down, he'd put his head around the corner and go, internet? Like that. And just like that was all he'd ever say to us, right? And we'd be like, yeah, it's coming back now. We're just going to reset the router, you know. And one time he left his door open. It was always closed all the time. And it was mental, right? He had a full room, bigger than this one, right? But he had boxes everywhere. It was like his entire life in boxes. And he had a good job, right? Like, I mean, he worked as a designer, like an engineer, like he designed car chassis or something.
Right.
Well, I mean, because it was an expensive house, because it was like a really, really big house, just with loads of rooms in it, like a little mini mansion thing in Birmingham. And anyway, he had a hammock. He'd rigged up a hammock with all these boxes of just stuff, just all around him. And I couldn't fathom why he could.
Why though?
Yeah, he could have had a bed. He didn't. He could have had furniture. Didn't
could
really.
Have had a hammock attached to the walls.
But he just rigged the hammock, and it was surrounded by all the stuff that he'd clearly brought with him. Now, we knew that he used to work out here, and he'd send money back home to his family. But yeah, basically, he lived, and it totally reminded me of this when I saw it. So I couldn't believe this article, like I say, boxed in. And there's these cubicles in Hong Kong that you can get if you can't afford a decent house. Because obviously it's quite a populous part of the world, And people actually live in these things, dude. Like, look at these pictures. They're like literally just tiny little cubicles with electricity wired up to them in blocks, and you just put everything in bags and like stick it to the wall. Like, just have a look at some of these pictures, mate. Like the second one, he can't even stretch his fucking legs out, mate.
Yeah, no, fucking hell.
I mean, that's a pretty sad picture right there. He's just having a tin of cool beans.
I know. Bruh. Trump on the next one for no reason. There he is.
And there's some like mad quotes from him here, like I'm still alive and yet I am already surrounded by 4 coffin planks. No. So I mean, some guy's gone full minimalist. I don't know what this guy's doing. The one with the green shirt. Like, if you scroll down to that, he's like just got nothing in there. Like, legit, he's just got like.
All right, yeah.
He's just got like some Chinese takeaway, a mattress,
a TV.
Yeah, a little mini TV and a green waistcoat. Like fucking hell.
Mate,
Can you imagine that?
I feel like itchy and weird looking at it, but imagine what a claustra you'd feel. Get me out.
Yeah, it's bonkers, isn't it, mate? I like that one there, where he's like just having a read of a book and Trump, I think it is, just on telly. Yeah, good on him, nice guy. But it's mad, isn't it? To think that people are fucking living like this. They share toilets in these complexes, so it's like you'll have like, I don't know, 8 of these on a block, and then there'll be in the middle of it there'll be like a toilet cage, and you go and that's piped up to the plumbing, and you can get water and stuff from there, but most people prefer to drink bottled water. And just mad, isn't it, that we fucking, in this day and age, people are just living like this, and this is considered acceptable. I'm always really interested in societies where kind of the people, like, I'm not saying these people think they have a life of luxury or anything, but I imagine these people probably think they're doing all right. They probably think, well, at least I'm not on the streets. I've got a job.
Probably worse off, yeah.
Yeah. And there's
probably people living underground somewhere. Well, at least I'm in a building.
Yeah. So, just really insane stuff, and probably is interesting. You can go check that out on The Guardian. Occasionally, there will be some good articles and good photography and stuff put out there. It's not a completely irredeemable publication. I thought that was like super interesting. Right, so let's do it. Eichenwald, Kurt Eichenwald. So you might know Kurt Eichenwald. You might have heard of him. Kurt Eichenwald. Who is he? An editor over at Newsweek, famous for being one of the protogenitors, dare I say it, of Trump derangement syndrome. I think he was one of the first high-profile journalists to really lose his mind at the prospect of Trump being elected. He didn't go quite as far off the deep end as Keith Olbermann did with his "You are a traitor, motherfucker" 500 times a day. But he certainly was the first. He got in early. He went mad early. I kind of sound like I'm doing a voiceover for Bloodborne. Do you know what I mean? Like, he lost his mind right at the beginning before the cleansers came. Anyway, so Kurt Eichenwald did go fucking straight gangster mental while Donald Trump got in, and he was just tweeting anti-Trump stuff 500 times a day. Any half-baked theory that came out, he would repeat it as if it was fact. Very strange for a journalist to sort of do that kind of thing, but he had this very informed bias that I think was clear for everybody to see. I don't know why Newsweek allowed him to operate doing this, because I think it damages the reputation of their publication. And then, just to top it off, of course, and we laughed about it on this very podcast, Kurt Eichenwald went on the Tucker Carlson show and did one of the most bizarre and honestly concerning appearances I've ever seen. He went on and he produced a folder which were meant to be like Tucker Carlson's lies, And it was just an empty folder. I mean, people did close-ups on it. You could see there was nothing written down on any of the pages. And this was his response to answering claims that Donald Trump, which is what Kurt Eichenwald claimed, this is his most outlandish claim, that Donald Trump was institutionalized. He was put in a psychiatric unit for an amphetamine-fueled mental breakdown he suffered in the 80s. No evidence of this. Kurt Eichenwald has been asked to produce evidence of this multiple times. He won't do it. Says he doesn't want to outsource his whatever. Okay, fine. But maybe the thing is, if you're not willing to back up your story, you can't expect it to be taken seriously. You have to have enough credibility that people are going to go, Eichenwald always does his homework. And unfortunately, you erode that credibility when you constantly tweet out anti-Trump stories. And then you just so happen to drop a mad anti-Trump conspiracy theory saying he's not mentally fit for office, which is hilarious, given that on this same Tucker Carlson appearance, he said he had a message from a member of the CIA for Tucker Carlson. Now, I don't know if a lot of you have know much about paranoid schizophrenia, or mental conditions of that ilk. One of the common beliefs in psychosis, it's like a recurring thing. A lot of people start to believe that they have messages from the government or that they're spies, that their life is more significant in a way that it is. And I don't know why this is a popular, I'm not well read enough to tell you why this is a popular delusion, but it is incredibly popular. I've met a lot of people that believe this. On the ground of popular delusions, just make a note of this, Sam. Just write popular delusions down. I'll tell a story about popular delusions after this Kurt Eichenwald bit. But anyway, so he then said that this hugely important message he had for Tucker Carlson, he then went on Twitter after his appearance on the show and said that he couldn't remember it and that he had it written down somewhere and he'd lost it. I mean, that is textbook mental illness. Honestly, I have a super important message for you from the CIA. All right, I'm listening. Shit, I don't remember. I brought it down somewhere. Bloody hell. There's no way a lifetime journalist, we fastidiously keep notes. I've got hard drives full of stories that never made it, like that didn't have enough to get over the standard required. Any good journalist will keep their notes because you may get called into a court one day. You may get subpoenaed and you may have to provide this type of testimony with actual detail. Okay, so that's just something you learn very early in your training. You don't throw this shit away. So very bizarre. And then he crossed the line for me with this shit because he said he had a seizure from a GIF. And I'll just say it. I'll just call it as it is. It didn't happen. I'm going to say it didn't happen. I'm going to say absolutely. And I'm going to tell you why I believe that to be the case, why he faked the seizure. So first of all, he's a bit of a little, for want of a better word, he's a fucking pussy, isn't he? He just whines about the hate he gets. I don't think he understands the role of a provocateur. He tries to be provocative. You'll see him constantly tweeting abuse at conservative thinkers and alt-right commentators or whatever you want to call them, whatever your nomenclature of choice is. And he will be constantly going, oh, don't you have to take your meds? Well, you're an epileptic on medication. You're the one that's been on TV shows having a mental breakdown, a very clear mental breakdown. You're the one claiming you're a CIA informant. Maybe you should be taking not just the meds you have to take, but some more on top. So it was always like this weird case of projection with him. But he never seemed to get, and this is why I always admired, any provocateur, obligatory reference to Milo, because, it's a Richard Lewis show and people go, oh, you always mention him. All right, okay, cool. It's like he's relevant or something, but whatever. But, if you're going to be a provocateur, if you're going to say controversial things, you don't get to cry about, being hated. I've whined at times about the abuse I get, but I always find that when the heaviest periods of abuse I've ever gone through have always been either for things that didn't happen, bullying Raheem, murdering Loader with a knife, which didn't happen. What else? Killing that Redditor. All these things that just didn't happen. I mean, inarguably didn't happen. So I definitely feel aggrieved about that. And I also feel aggrieved that the other hatred I used to get would always be when I released a story that was true and provably true. I Buy Power Throw obviously immediately comes to mind. You put that evidence out. As soon as it's out, email hacked, Facebook hacked, DDoSed constantly, threats of violence against me and my girlfriend, rape threats, all of this stuff. And that was just for trying to do something good, trying to do something that was true in the end. And of course, you never get a pat on the back and well done. It doesn't happen. So I genuinely feel aggrieved about that. But when I say something provocative, like if I went on Twitter right now and just said, all the people who watch my show are cunts. Fuck you. You're all idiots, right? I then don't get to complain when you go, fucking hell, Richard, we support your work and you're going to treat us like that. Fuck off. Go on, fuck off. What a prick. I don't, bloody hell, they're picking on me. And Kurt Eichenwald did this constantly, all the time. So self-pitying. You're all racists. No, we're not. Fuck off, mate. Look at the abuse I'm getting. It's ridiculous. It's like, I hate the cry bullies. I hate them more than anything else out there on the internet. I fucking hate them. I just straight hate them because it's pathetic. It's somebody who, it's very similar in a lot of ways to the Loader situation. It's someone who aggressively gets in your face, and when you sit them the fuck down and say, don't do that, everyone, he's picking on me. Like, what are you even doing here, you fucking retard? Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous. Yeah. So I fucking hate the cry bullies. I hate them. I hated them, before we even had a term for them. I used to know people like that all the time. We used to know people like that at school. You used to even have in the popular cartoon Transformers, Starscream. Starscream was a cry bully, wasn't he? He was always planning to overthrow and kill Megatron, wasn't he? He was a little cunt. He was a little rat, right? He always be, we'll get him. He even, in Transformers the movie, he even throws Megatron's rotting carcass out into deep space so he can be crowned king of the Decepticons. Didn't bank on Unicron, played by Orson Welles, turning him into Galvatron. Didn't bank on that. We never do we? We never think Galvatron's going to come and get us. But if you're going to act like a little bitch, Galvatron will get you. He'll get you every time. See what I'm saying?
No.
Good.
No.
Good.
Galvatron.
So anyway, basically, Kurt Eichenwald is a cry bully. So it's well within his fucking wheelhouse that he would fake a seizure. Now, here's the thing. There was this assumption that everybody on the internet would know he's an epileptic. I don't know. I think if you're a journalist and the defining quality that everybody knows about you is that you're an epileptic, you're gone, done, fucked up. Your career's a joke. Like, it's like if someone said to me, hey, Richard, aren't you the guy that has, I don't know, what condition have I got?
Galvatron's isms.
Aren't you the guy who's got chlamydia? Yeah, I'd be like, well, my career was a wash. I'm probably going to go write a lengthy note and contemplate what I do with my life, because obviously I like to think I was about more than having a bit of a dirty knob, right? Do you know what I mean? Like, I like to think I achieved more than that, than just being ill. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm a journalist. I wrote all these articles and did all this shit.
And yeah, itchy.
Silly epileptic. Like, obviously, you fucked up, right? But so I don't believe that. I don't believe that people knew he was a fucking epileptic. That everybody had to know. So anyway, a guy sent him a strobing GIF saying, "I hope you have a seizure." Now, first of all, you would send that GIF to anybody because it's a joke, isn't it? We all know about photosensitive epilepsy. We've all made the joke, haven't we? Like, epilepsy warning, fucking hell. There's flashing lights and stuff. One of the things that happened as we became kind of more aware of the condition in the 90s was that the takeaway was strobing lights can trigger a seizure, and everybody was mindful about that moving forward. You get warnings in certain, rides at a theme park. You get warnings in movies, warnings before trailers on the internet. There's warnings everywhere. But also, I would say, if you are a photosensitive epileptic, You've got to protect yourself because it's your health, it's your body. If you know certain things are going to trigger or induce a seizure, you've got to be responsible. You know, I've known some people who don't have that luxury, honestly. They have epilepsy, and again, I've known quite a few epileptics. I used to work at a school for people with sort of, conditions that would prevent them being in mainstream education. And I've been around epileptics. And some people don't even have that luxury. There isn't a discernible trigger. They can minimize all the risks and still have like 3 seizures a day. And it's so debilitating and so awful to see them suffer and struggle and go through this, because a seizure is exhausting. It's exhausting. You feel terrible. It takes a while to recover, get your strength back. You get, just as you're getting right again, another seizure's incoming. The people who suffer like that, despite a bombardment of pharmaceutical medication, my heart goes out to them, which is why I feel especially bad about anyone who would fake a seizure, for attention. So here's the thing. You've got to protect yourself. And if you know that strobing lights would induce an epileptic seizure, and you profess that everybody on the internet knows you're an epileptic, and you also understand that some people don't like you, why wouldn't you go to Twitter? Why wouldn't you put on the setting that says do not autoplay GIFs, which has been there for years? Why wouldn't you do that? I mean, that's a serious question. Can you think of any reason why you wouldn't do that if you were an epileptic?
Nah.
So obviously you would have that setting set to not autoplay. So the guy who sent the "I hope you have a seizure" GIF, here's what Kurt Eichenwald saw. He saw the non-moving, non-flashing GIF that, because of the psychedelic texture in the background when it's freeze framed, he knew what it was. And it also said, "I hope you have a seizure." And he got upset about it, and he pretended to have a seizure. And again, there's so much about the story that just stinks. He supposedly had a seizure within minutes of this seizure apparently occurring. Someone's on his Twitter account going, "This is Kurt Eichenwald's wife. You have induced a seizure." I don't know about you, but when loved ones have seizures, especially if it's serious epilepsy and it's been medically controlled and out of left field, at his age, he has a seizure, I think the last thing I would be thinking about would be his Twitter feed. I wouldn't want to tweet, "You've got him, guys. How dare you?" And it was Kurt who tweeted that, wasn't it? I mean, pretty sure it was. I mean, this is what makes sense. For me, this is all far more likely than him actually having a seizure, because I'll also say this. Just because you have photosensitive epilepsy, even if you have an incredibly bad case of photosensitive epilepsy, doesn't mean if you just look at a flashing light, a flickering light of any kind, or a moving image of any kind, doesn't mean you instantly have a seizure. Imagine if it was that bad. Also, in addition to this, he said he was going to have to take a break from Twitter to recover, said he wasn't going to do any TV shows or TV show appearances. The next day, he tweeted, "Ha, you're not going to stop me," and went on TV and sat under hot lights, potentially flickering luminescent lights, and sat and did a TV appearance for 30, 40 minutes. Completely fine. So I don't buy this story. I don't buy it. I think it's absolute bullshit. Then he used his resources and influence to track down the person who sent the GIF. And it went to a pre-court hearing where they had to rule that a GIF is a deadly weapon, which they've done. A GIF, if sent to an epileptic, is now the same as you carrying a knife, a gun. A GIF is now classified legally as a deadly weapon in this state because of Kurt Eichenwald. And Twitter and all these companies, because they didn't just get him on Twitter. This guy had actually tried to insulate himself. So he had a Twitter account with a mobile phone registered to it that was a burner, like a throwaway number, and then he had a corresponding Apple account, like an iTunes account or some shit, and there was some information that linked the two. So it wasn't even just Twitter that complied, it was Apple as well. So this ridiculous attack on his right to privacy because of this seizure, which again is incredibly dubious if it happened or not. I've certainly seen, Kurt Eichenwald's put out his court documents. He's put out all of the proof that he, has found this person and that he filed a lawsuit and that he called the police, provided all this evidence. Where's the evidence that you even had a seizure at? I'm very intrigued about this. He says he's got a personal physician who will vouch for him that he did indeed have a seizure. And I suppose that might even be enough for the court. But a personal physician is not the same as an independent doctor, is it? And at this stage, there's no way to independently assess whether or not he had a seizure. So I don't like the guy. I mean, I straight don't like the guy. I think he's seriously mentally ill. I think Newsweek should have put him on gardening leave after the Tucker Carlson thing and said you can't come back to work until you have been psychiatrically evaluated. The whole thing with the gift and the seizure is nonsense. It's a story that doesn't ring true to me. Like I said, I've got a good eye and a good ear for bullshit because I'm a journalist. It's my job to pick apart bullshit. And this reeks of it. This is like a day on a fucking cattle ranch. It's that much bullshit. So imagine how pleased I was when last night, racked with insomnia, right? House of Cards, new season on Netflix, and insomnia, two things that don't go together well because of the shit way they structure the show. It's always a pathetic cliffhanger, which they don't even necessarily immediately resolve. I hate the way they do their episodes. They end with a cliffhanger, and you're like, fuck, I better watch the next episode. It's like 9 weeks has gone past. Well, what was that about? I want instant resolution. I want it to be like Halloween 1 and Halloween 2. I want Michael Myers to sit back up again and continue from where we left off. You don't blue balls me with your cliffhanger bullshit. But that's how they do it. So up late last night, and I just see Twitter. I see hashtag Kurt climbing to trending. What's this? Did Kurt Cobain come back? Was it all a goof? Did Courtney Love finally break down and admit she did it? What's going on? Because he's the Kurt I immediately think of. Click on it, and turns out it's Kurt Eichenwald. What's he bloody done this time? Well, here's what he's done this time. In a bid to once again make out that he's some sort of perpetual victim, he tweeted out some anti-Semitic literature that allegedly came through his letterbox, right? And, I mean, again, assuming this is true, and because of the person, it's very hard to believe it. You can see, I'll give you the tweet. You can bring this up. I mean, obviously, I will say, if you're a Jew, you might find this a little bit offensive. This was apparently what was sent to somebody called Lisa Lera, and it said, I'm glad my Holocaust surviving grandparents didn't live to see the mail their granddaughter now receives. And it says, danger, evil Jews in charge. And it's a picture of a Jew, like a classically Hasidic Jew, laughing, rubbing his hands next to a picture of planet Earth on fire. Reasonable. Subtle, isn't it? It's subtle. So I think, whoever sent that probably is an anti-Semite. Now, interestingly enough, Kurt Eichenwald claimed to have received the same thing. And he held up a photo, which you can see just below. And he said, yeah, this is what I got today, because somebody said this was a lie. And he held it up with a picture of the tweet in the background next to his monitor. Now, little tip for you. boys and girls, if you're ever, and I mean ever, gonna take a photo or a screenshot of your browser, you got to know, get your tabs, get your bookmarks, either delete them all or get them fucking cropped the fuck out. Because people will be checking. And you might not think of it because our brains, the way it works, we tunnel in on the information we want to share and we don't think about the peripheral stuff around it, because it's our setup, isn't it? It's our personal setup. It's tailored to us. So that's what Kurt's done, hasn't he? Now, unfortunately for Kurt, the tab he's left in is particularly embarrassing. Because if you read it, the tab links to something called Bichiku, which is a hentai series. And for those that don't know, hentai is cartoon. It's anime porn, basically. It's anime porn. And I believe, if I remember rightly, because I think my brother's a bit of a weeb and he speaks Japanese or something. Doesn't it mean perverted?
I don't know, man.
I think it does. I think it means perverted hentai or something. So anyway, I'll wait and see. I want to. Yeah, there you go. Hentai means pervert. There you go. See. So cheers for that, bruv. So anyway, look, I don't want to kink shame anyone. I probably jerked off to that shit once or twice. I'm all right with it. Not this shit. Not the same shit. But they have some cartoons. You think, yeah, fuck it, why not? Makes a change. I'm not talking about lolly or whatever the fuck, because I think those people are sick. Straight up, like, I get people arguing about it with me, like, oh no, but lolly's fine. It's because it's a cartoon. No, they're sexualized children. You're a demented cunt. Get away from me. But yeah, fuck it. Like I told you, Sam, I go through phases, dude. I go through phases, mate. It's all because it's just boring, isn't it? It's all the same shit. And then sometimes you just need, like, a palate cleanser. You just need someone to break it up. So, yeah, probably have at some point. Nothing immediately springs to mind. It didn't make, like, some memorable impression on me. And, I can't stop laughing whenever I just think about, senpai. Oh, senpai. Yeah, mentally. Well, you're saying it like you don't know what I'm talking about, which is, like, that's more embarrassing than just being up front.
No, I haven't wanked over head in time.
Whatever.
Not yet, no. Maybe when you get to my age, son.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're probably still like, bloody hell, a bit of anal. Fucking hell, this is great.
Not quite, but I'm not at hentai level.
Give it 10 years and you're just so this is just played out. Like, your dick just doesn't work anymore. You just need something new. You just need something new and exciting. So, but I don't know what Bichiku is. And obviously we can't click on the link and show it to you because it's not appropriate. So anyway, I have looked at the pictures. Somebody drew the link together, and showed it, and it's a bit creepy, honestly. Like, I think there's an age appropriate thing going on. Like I say, because this is the young kind of side. If you feel me, and I looked at some of the like tags in it. I can read this, right? I can read the tags, can't I?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay, so
all words are not allowed, are they?
Yeah. There's a website called mangaupdates.com, and it's like it's got a database of every hentai, anime, whatever, and you type in Bichiku. Here's what it says. Just these are some of the things on here. Fraulein assault.
What? Fraulein assault.
Fraulein assault. Fraulein is German for woman.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if this is a woman being beaten.
Fucking hell.
Maybe. Fraulein assault. Kuro Tight Sensei. No, not the Kuru. Kuro Tight Sensei no Jutsu, which is melancholy of a teacher in black tights. I mean, we all get down sometimes. Hatsu no ecstasy. That means first ecstasy. Something called engage X insert.
Why though?
And then underneath, it says absolute normal.
Absolute normal.
Yeah. I shit you not,
50,000.
I'll give you the link, actually, dude. I'll give you the link. Oh shit, dude. You can just have a read. Don't bring it up. Just in case a pop-up occurs. And then if you look at the categories it's in, so these are the things. If you wanted to jerk off to the specific stuff, it's school life, which is what I mean. Like this ain't for me. You know, like the stuff I've seen, it's always like some jaded, listless older woman who's trying to be, you know, doesn't want to bring dishonor and shame on her family, but wants to get long dicked, you know. That's all right. That's all right. Okay? That's fine. This school life, yeah, I'm out. Sorry, I'm tapping out. You're demented. I'm out. You're demented, Kurt Eichenwald. You are demented. So here's the other tag.
He has a completely reasonable explanation.
Oh, yeah, you will see this. Kurt Eichenwald's explanation is great. Like,
completely reasonable. All makes sense now.
Arranged marriage. So he's into a bit of that. Of course he is. He's a leftist. Big breasts. Childhood love.
Why?
Why? Like, these things don't go in hand. Like, big breasts, children, come on.
If it's not fine for humans, it's not sound because they're cartoons. Should we draw our line?
Yeah, no, look, I don't want to impinge on anyone's artistic expression. I'm just saying, if you're jerking off to this shit, you might have a problem. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, fine.
I'll
take
saying.
That line.
Yeah.
As long as you know you're mentally ill.
Arranged marriage, big breasts, childhood love, confessions / cunnilingus, groping schoolgirls.
Fucking hell.
See what I mean? Oh, it was all fun and games a minute ago, wasn't it? Ha 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 ha. Yeah, this isn't acceptable for a man of his age. It's not acceptable for any man of age, in my opinion. You know, I don't dig this shit. And if Kurt Eichenwald is fucking watching this kind of stuff, it definitely adds a more sinister element to his character. And I'm going to tell you why. A lot of people probably don't know this because, again, you know, I don't blame you for not knowing this. This is the kind of thing you know about if you're a journalist and you follow the careers of other journalists. But Kurt Eichenwald was doing a report a long time ago. It was when he was in The Times, and he did an article in 2005 about the deep web and child pornography. And his subject for the piece was an 18-year-old former child prostitute called Justin Berry, right? And the way Kurt Eichenwald framed it in his article was that he had discovered this former child prostitute and took him under his wing to get him away from predatory adults. But this is where it gets a bit controversial and weird, because Kurt decided to kind of take this very, you know, if you're dealing with stuff like child pornography and child prostitution, you have to follow protocol because you want to insulate yourself from any allegations or accusations. The protocol is there to protect the journalist as well as the subject. because it's no good getting caught with a hard drive full of this shit and then I'm writing a book like they always pretend. You know what I mean? Nah, you're not. You're just sick. So, Kurt Eichenwald kind of took this former child prostitute under his wing, which I suppose is noble enough. He made him quit drugs and get clean, and talk to the feds and run an investigation about the child pornography. A lot of people say that is a breach of journalistic ethics. I got to be honest here. I think if I was in that situation, I can't say I wouldn't have acted entirely dissimilar. I think you're not supposed to have that kind of relationship with a subject. It is inappropriate. It is improper. But we're talking about a child. That's in a very bad place. And I don't blame Kurt for this part. I would absolutely probably have behaved the same and probably would have to be like, yep, hands up. That's not what I should have been doing. But if I come into the world of esports and I'm always like, yeah, bloody hell, I'm going to, if I'm rescuing the esports waifs and strays, like you, Sam, and giving you purpose and a new future, a bright future. I'm like Jesus in many ways. I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could turn a blind eye for child porn and child prostitution. So anyway, he has this personal relationship with this guy, which gets him criticized. But then this is where it gets really weird. There was a $2,000 cashier's check, which was sent by Kurt Eichenwald. And it turned up when they were trialing a guy from Michigan who had been charged with criminal sexual conduct. And nobody knows what this $2,000 was for. Why would Kurt Eichenwald be paying $2,000 to a child pornographer? This $2,000 was not declared as expenses. It wasn't declared to editors. Another thing you have to do, for those that don't know how journalism operates, let's say, like, first of all, it's very unethical to be paying for stories full stop, but we all know what goes on, because once you have that financial relationship, it can be argued that you're inducing somebody to lie, whatever. But if you do have to pay some money for an expense to gain access for something that's deemed valid and defensible by the publication, you must declare it to your editors. You've got to say, look, I have paid this person $2,000 because they have access to this, and the publication will run it through their expense sheet. They'll take the hit for it, even if it's out of your personal money, and they'll be ready to justify it. There's no surprises. Kurt Eichenwald paid this child pornographer $2,000 with a cashier's check, never mentioned it. Never mentioned it. And when this went public, he just did some weird rambly defense. He did like 2,500 post on a journalism website called Romanesco. And he said he sent the check as a private citizen in an effort to find and help the kid that he'd taken under his wing, and it was repaid back to him by the family of the kid when the story was reported. I mean, this still leaves a lot of fucking questions, doesn't it? So I guess this whole segment was good. I thought it might be funnier than it was. It's going to get funny, okay? But just on a very serious and real note, a man who over 10 years ago paid money undisclosed as a private citizen that found its way into the hands of a child pornographer is now looking at shit like this on the internet. If I was Newsweek, and I keep saying this, it seems like every week now, every day we're doing the podcast, some leftist never-Trumpers had some sort of ridiculous fucking meltdown and done something that is indefensible. As you might be like, oh, don't kink shame him. You got to look at the whole picture here. Okay? You got to look at the whole picture. This might get dismissed as being a bit of fun. Hey, we've all done it. We've all looked at hentai. Whatever you want to say, however you want to dismiss it. But the reality is that appropriate for a guy who works at Newsweek? Is it appropriate for a guy who does investigative journalism? Is it appropriate for a guy who already has these question marks next to his name because $2,000 of his own personal money found its way into the hands of a child pornographer? I got to say that I there's some concerns there for me. Now, let's get back to it's all right. We're gonna go back to Comedy Road. Like all the kids watching the show are like, oh, I don't like it here, Richard. It's all serious. And it's dark and weird. And Kurt's looking at me with his eyes. It's all right. It's all right. I know the way back. I know the way back to comedy. If you follow me, we're going to get back to comedy. Okay? And thankfully, Kurt Eichenwald has provided the comedy because he's tried to explain it away. He has tried to explain why he was looking at what he looked at. Okay. So let me get this excuse up because there's a few. It goes on. Heat Street, love them. Collated it. So here it is. It's the worst excuse I've ever heard, I think. He tweeted, okay, I'm a dumbass. Believe it or not, my kids and I were trying to convince my wife that tentacle porn existed. I tried to find some to show her it was real, but I couldn't find any and ended up with this. My family reads my Twitter feed, so they know this is true. Again, this comes back to this weird lie that he likes to put out there that, remember when he did that fucking tweet about his son who did Kung Fu?
Yeah. And then the guy
someone
replied, I was your kid's master and he was fucking shit at Kung Fu.
I trained fat shit son. Okay. So it's like this idea, which I guess helps him out with other lies, like the seizure one. Where it's some sort of weird collective effort, isn't it? His Twitter feed. It's a weird collective effort. My kid's always looking at my Twitter. I mean, these are grown kids, by the way. I mean, these are kids probably older than me or my age. The idea that, haha, Dad, what do you want to do today? Show Mum tentacle porn? Yeah, let's all get on Twitter. Like, what? I got shit to do. If I got a phone call from my dad, I mean, that'd be rare in itself. I ain't seen a cunt. I haven't seen that come for a long time. But if I did get a call from him and he said, son, do you want to come over tonight and help prove that tentacle was real? I mean, Dad, listen, I'm happy that you're not in prison anymore, but maybe you should go back. You mental cunt. That's the end of that. That's the end of that conversation, isn't it, mate? That's the end of that conversation. It's just weird. Like, it's just fucking weird. It's just not what families do, is it? Let's get together and have a meal, shall we? Yeah, let's talk. What's been going on with you? You fucking do all that bullshit. You don't fucking... Right, tonight, kids, we're going to shock your mother and show her the wonderful world of tentacle porn. Now, here's the thing as well. Guy says he's a really good journalist. I mean, he's always talking about that. He's meant to be this fastidious researcher. He's known for this in the industry, actually. When Kurt Eichenwald recently had to have a fire sale, which was hilarious to me, he had to auction off all of his goods and property because he's struggling financially. He even had to sell like his socks and stuff like that. It was great. That was my tentacle porn in a way. I was like, oh, go on, Kurt. Hit rock bottom, sell your socks, you fucking ridiculous cunt. That was it. That got me off for a while. People were picking up his notes that he did from like, what was it now? What was the big scandal? Was it the... What were the name of those guys? The fucking... the ones. The bankers.
What bankers?
Enron.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he did the Enron scandal. And somebody bought the original notes, and it's just boxes. I mean, like, you could fill this room were how many boxes that he had of this, Enron research he did. So this guy is known as a fastidious researcher. He knows how to find stuff. He's a great digger. Well, he reckoned that to prove tentacle porn was real, I'm just going to do an experiment here. Right? I'm going to get put on a list. Just lift that up a little bit.
He's Googling tentacle porn.
Tentacle porn. I'm just going to Google it. I'm just going to see what happens. Tentacle porn. There's actually a section on Pornhub called tentacle porn. I'll just have a click on that. Oh, wow.
There it is.
Real life tentacle porn, actually. Like actual physical. See, that looks pretty good. That's like the thing. Okay, well, I'll bookmark that for later. And then Tentacle Erotica is a Wikipedia page. And it goes way back, apparently. Again, I don't know if you can show this, but trust me, if you go to the page Tentacle Erotica on Wikipedia, there is something called The Dream of the Fisherman's Wife. I'll let you have a look at this, Sam. But you definitely can't show it. Because it is just an octopus having a munch.
So,
just have a look at that. Cthulhu!
I think we could show that. It's a drawing.
Man, what are you talking about?
It's a drawing.
It's got a gash on it, mate. You can't show that.
It's
look
a
at the gash.
drawing, though.
No, grow up, mate. You can't show it.
Grow up.
Grow the fuck
As
up.
if.
I'm not getting Twitch banned because you wanted to show an octopus eating somebody.
Grow up. You take risks.
Grow the fuck up. And she's got a titty out, for fuck's sake.
It's drawn. She ain't real. That ain't a real titty, bruh.
Yeah, you can't show it, mate. You can't show it.
So if I draw a gash, I ain't allowed to show it. You're trying to tell me now that if I draw something that vaguely looks like a penis, I'm getting shut down.
Hey, if you held up cock and balls with the 3 lines coming out the end on Twitch, you were getting a 24-hour ban, 100%.
What? That's a thing?
Yeah.
Back in my day, you could do anything on here, mate.
Oh, well, it's not
kids stapling their heads. You could do it all.
Yeah, we rode the line. We rode the line. Apparently, showing real blood is against the rules now. So, Spam Margera wouldn't be allowed anymore. I do want to just show it.
That wasn't allowed when we showed it. We just did it anyway.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Back then, we didn't care. No, it was just wild times. But now, we got someone to lose, Sam. We just got to shop, for God's sake. We got T-shirts to sell. Don't fuck it up because you want to show an octopus going down on a Japanese.
Stay true to the game.
Yeah, stay true to the game, exactly, mate. So anyway, it turns out tentacle erotica is an ancient form of porn in that sense. I mean, not ancient, but it's old. It's been around a while. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on in Japan. That, like all these lonely fishermen. If only there was a way, these squid would just come onto land and fuck all our wives. Like, yeah, all right, mate. Maybe you've been alone too long, But here's the point. You can Google it. I just did. I just found 2 examples of it. I found the complete history of tentacle porn. It's number 2 after Pornhub in 1, 2. So why did he need to have... He claimed he couldn't find it. He claimed he couldn't find it, first of all. Let's scrutinize that. He said he couldn't find any. He claimed this incredible, fastidious, investigative journalist couldn't find tentacle porn on the internet. Come on. Grow up, Kurt Eichenwald. So, he couldn't find any, so he claims. And in a now, I think, hang on, is it a now deleted tweet? Let me just see. Oh, no, he's kept it. He has kept it. So you can have a look. Here's the original tweet. Just dig in the hole. He's just digging the hole, mate. He's fucked it up, hasn't he? Here it is. So then he follows that up with, while hentai, until now, I thought it was called manga. No, you didn't. Like B Chiku is a very specific and obscure hentai that we've just shown has a very particular plot line to it, which is young fucking kids getting groped at a school. You sick bald cunt, right? So you definitely didn't think it was manga because you know how to find things like Bichiku, right? And he said it was on screen. It wasn't. It was tabbed. You know, it was on screen as part of a search to prove to my wife Tentacle. Again, I just don't understand what's your marriage like, Kurt? What is your marriage like? Need to spice things up in the bedroom, is it? Hey, darling, look, imagine if I had some fucking tentacles with suckers in that. Yeah, is this what I don't know why I just did the weasel from fucking Biodome. But Paulie Shaw he's back, right? But anyway, then he goes, what difference would it make? Seriously, well, I don't see the appeal of cartoon porn.
Liar.
Yeah, straight losing his mind.
I don't like cartoon porn.
No, here's the thing, though, right? Look how far away O and A are. Keyboard. Do you know what he's done here? I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, right? When liars want to tell lies that they know are lies, they throw little details in that's just off, so they can. So in their mind, they haven't lied. Because he's a journalist, so lying's important to him. It's like it's the final fig leaf. If you just start lying as a journalist, I mean, what have you got, right? I mean, it's the truth literally defines your career. Okay, so what he's done there is he's deliberately typed it wrong, cartoon porn, so he can say, "Oh, I never said I don't see." I didn't lie about saying I don't see the appeal of cartoon porn because I never typed cartoon porn. Legit. That's the mind process of
surely you can't be that mentally ill.
Mentally ill. Mate, I've got a window into mental illness like no one else. Window into it, mate. I just open up your fucking brain and I can see all your fucking little skeletons and mental quirks all laid bare. I've been around so many nutters down the years. You don't understand what it's like, Sam. Ming was the tip of the iceberg, mate. I've been around genuine loons. And the thing is, they like me because I'm not judgmental. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, obviously, for the purposes of the show, for comedy, I'll be like, yeah, he's fucked up or whatever. When I'm around these nutters, yeah, tell us about, oh, right, really? Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, it's an interesting thought. You just treat them like they're regular guys, like that story I told you the other day.
I'm working for who, Louise?
Yeah, this is hoofing gear. You know, it just be polite, isn't it? Like, it's not their fault they're fucking out to lunch. You know what I mean? I can have a conversation with you all the same. It's like I told you about that fucking 5%, the guy who sat down and went, well, the thing is, white people were invented by a mad scientist as an experiment that went wrong, and you're actually descended from genetic material from the devil.
Agreed. Pass me that dank.
Right, which is why I'm about to nick your fucking stash. Tell me more. You know what I mean? Like, it's just have a conversation, innit? Like, I'm quite a personable chap in real life. But anyway, so he goes, seriously, well, I don't see the appeal of cartoon porn. He's gone mad, Geordie. I'm off to get some cartoon porn, like.
Why are you, mate?
Billion industry. People obviously look at it. Yeah, they do. Keep going, Kurt. Keep going. And in a now deleted tweet, this is where he really digs the hole. That's why he deleted it. Because he's like, I don't even see the appeal of that cartoon porn. Right? And let me just see where it is. Here's the one. Ian Miles Chong got it. Of course he did. And thanks to Offensive Turret for sending us links. She fastidiously, I love saying that word today for some reason, screenshotted all of the original saga. So thanks to her for that. Here it is. Look at this. In a now deleted tweet, he says, even if I was reading Japanese porn, reading it, like,
even if I was, for like, oh shit, like, if I killed her.
Smoking a pipe in a big comfy leather armchair. Oh, senpai, you're so crazy. What scrapes will we get into today, I wonder? Schoolgirls. This guy's so mentally ill.
Samai.
You so crazy, senpai. Right? Even if I was reading Japanese porn, what would be big deal? Again, he's happened.
What would be big deal? Otherwise, English is broken down. He's going for like, I do not understand. Even if I was, what is big deal? Anything to get away from it. Pretending he doesn't speak English. I mean, no, I am late for the appointment.
I'm Eichenwald, though. Do you know what I mean? What big deal? You're like that fucking guy from that ridiculous racist caricature from the Star Wars prequels. So like you buy, huh? With the fucking apron on. Like, by the way, I was having this conversation the other day. How fucking mad, like, why are people not right? If everything's racist right now, why isn't that fucking Phantom Menace called the most racist thing that ever lived? It's so insanely racist. It's so obviously racist as well. It's like George Lucas just hates everyone. He just hates everyone, right? We're not even going to waste time with Jar Jar Binks. That is ridiculous. That is literally ridiculous. That's the most ridiculous space minstrel bullshit I have ever seen. That is just so fucking wrong. You
can't say that. Fucking hell, space minstrel bullshit.
It's straight racist as fuck.
Yeah.
That is right. You know how not sensitive I am to this shit.
Fucking hell.
That is fucking unbelievable. That is unbelievable. I find that offensive. Like, legit. The voice, the look. Like, come on. Someone's got to say something. Then you got the fucking the evil Japanese ones. Oh, we talk like this. What is going on? Like, why is no one angry? Like, I can't believe. I legit can't believe it. And then, of course, I say, you like you buy, huh? I'm a crazy salesperson with this voice. Like, right. Listen, guys, that's the third racist caricature I've seen in this motherfucking film. Does anyone have a problem with this? Nah, it's Star Wars. It's fine. It's fine. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Just that's for another show. It's like someone has really got to fucking I'll support that. I'll write the article for Salon on that. I'll do it. Because the Phantom Menace is racist. There, I said it. I fucking said it, and I mean it. This isn't even a goof, Sam. This isn't even a goof. I can't believe it. I legit can't believe it. Like, barely a ripple about that. Mental. Anyway, even if I was reading Japanese porn, what would be big deal? I've read porn in my life, not into cartoons, though. Are you guys Puritan or 8? Well, I'm pretty sure some of the... Not even finishing that. Are you Puritans? What, am I a Puritan because I don't want to jerk off over sexualized kids in a fucking school with themes of arranged marriage and physical assault, Kurt? Does that make me a Puritan, does it? That make me a Puritan because I'm not sat up at fucking 2 a.m. with my wife and then the tentacle goes in her asshole. Like, you're fucked, aren't you, Kurt? Now, here's the thing as well. Let me check this out. Just to show you the fucking mad hypocrisy. Where did I put it? I liked this one. Right. I hate it as well. Why can people see your likes on Twitter? That's a feature. They got to disable that feature.
I think you can. I think you can hide them or something.
Need to start doing that, I think. Because people look at what I like and they don't realize it's not necessarily I like it. It's just for a show. It's just for a show, you know what I mean? It's just researching. That sounds like I come on. Even if I did like it, what big deal? Right? Let me find this. Where'd I put it? Likes. Here it is. So, Ashton Liu which is Ash Effect collated this. You're going to have to be really careful. In fact, no, I'll just have to give you the image. Sorry, Ashton Lou, you could have been on the show here, but you can't because you've got a picture of Baku, B Chiku, whatever the fuck it is, on your right. But there you go. So this is the image, right? This was Kurt Eichenwald's go-to insults. And it's just projection, isn't it? Now, all of a sudden, I get a window into how he spends his evenings. Look at the insult. Don't you have meds to take and cartoons to watch? Go on your way. Adults are talking. Now go take your meds and watch your cartoons and then have a nap. Adults are talking. Don't you have meds to take and cartoons to watch? Ari, real 9/11 investigation. Time for your meds. Watch cartoons and then go to bed. How very interesting. It turns out you do like to watch cartoons, but they're a little bit different to the ones I watch, Kurt. They're a little bit different, aren't they? You see, in Transformers, there's not a scene where fucking Optimus Prime, what's the female one? RC. Oh, senpai. And she falls over. And her mechanical skirt hitches up a little bit. And Optimus Prime goes, oh, sorry. Starts blushing immediately. That didn't happen in Transformers. They're good cartoons. That, Thundercats, criminally underrated Brave Star. Which, even though it ran for one season, has 60 episodes. You know, those cartoons, none of that happens. And also, you take meds. I know this is just such a silly point to make, but you do take the meds, don't you, Kurt? You have to, don't you, mate? Because remember, you're the one who said that your epilepsy's so bad that you obviously have to take medication for it. So that is, you've just described your evening, haven't you? You take your meds, you stay away from gifts, and you look at sexualized schoolgirls. And that's your evening, isn't it? That is what you do. Interestingly enough, I mean, he's still going. He's blocking everyone left, right, and center. I mean, this is a full breakdown now. He's like blocking all the conservative commentators, which, you know, he's never done that before because he likes to be able to criticize them back, right? So, interestingly enough, he even put out a fucking conversation, right? Which is a bit mental. Right, look, just look at this, mate. This is out of it. He posted this, okay, which he claims is a text conversation he had with his wife, which he's removed names and drug names from it. And if you just look at the bottom, Teresa, I'm sorry, this is a stupid question. Where are our adult sons and I trying to prove to you that tentacle porn exists? And the reply is, yes, still amazes me.
I'm so mental, man. Imagine how disappointed she was when he went up and said, you're going to have to fake a text conversation. Why, Kurt? What have you done? So, I was wanking. Like, how does that even go?
I know, like, you know, your wife, like, when I had a missus, she'd be disappointed. One time, I got mega fucked up on Beak, right? And I went to a Nine Inch Nails concert, and I was just out the house for 2 days, like, just wrecked out my mind. I think I came home at, like, 9 p.m. with just fucking full DTs and went straight to bed after being awake for 2 days. And the earache I got for that, the fucking earache, it was when are you going to grow up? It was that conversation. When are you going to grow up? You can't even call me. Do you not think I might be worried? And I'm trying to style it out. Like, I know I've done wrong. And I'm a grown-ass man. I can do what I want. Yeah, I'm completely out of order. Like, I'm just out of order, mate. I'm a bag out of order. Now, look at you. Look at the state you're in. Parents coming over tomorrow. You're going to be a pale ghost yourself. Oh, just tell them I got flu. Fuck off. Just so out of line, right? I can't even imagine saying to her, listen, darling, okay, I wanted to prove that the world hates Jews, so I tweeted out a picture that may or may not be fake. And then by accident, I left my browser in the background, and on the browser, there's this thing called Bichiku. It's not really important, but it's a Japanese cartoon porn, and that's what I jerk off to now. I don't tell you about it.
Ages don't matter.
Yeah, and don't you ever look at it. Don't you ever look at what I'm jerking off to. Anyway, unfortunately, that's now on the internet, and everyone is saying that I possibly am weird. So I need you to just reply to this question I'm going to send you, and I'm going to ask you if I was trying to prove that tentacle porn exists, and I want you to just say yes. Is that all right? You know it's over after this, yeah, Richard? Yeah, I do, but please just let me keep my job and my reputation. I'll leave you alone. I promise. All right, I'm really ashamed right now. Please bail me out. Please, I love you. Please. And then she does. That conversation has got to be an all-time low. Like, if you're having that conversation, oh God, your life is shit, isn't it? Like, your life is just so irredeemably shit. Like, seriously, if that is not a moment where you have to pause for self-reflection, I don't know. What are you doing, Kurt? What are you doing? So, hang on. There's still more to this story. I'm going to say now, hey, Northern Burger, my beloved mod, if you can hit me up on the Discord and give me that shit. Because Reddit detectives have been on it, and we know what that leads to. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at the other thing, because this is where it gets really... I mean, maybe if all of this isn't weird enough, if Kurt Eichenwald doing this isn't weird enough, he said that there's some other weird stuff. Somebody said, oh, that video's about face sitting. And he's deleted this tweet now. And he was like pretending he didn't know what it was. What is face sitting?
I think I can figure it out.
Yeah, I reckon I can figure that one out, actually, Kurt. Oh, bloody hell. Sit on face? Why would anyone do that? Can't imagine why that might be enjoyable. What's going on? So anyway, he then said, believe it or not, you can believe that my family and me have odd conversations or don't. So it goes. I don't think it's the end, Kurt. I think this is the straw. I think you are going to lose your job over this. And thank fucking God, because you've been embarrassment to Newsweek for a long, long time. And this is karma. This is what happens when you fake seizures and get people prosecuted for things that didn't happen. So yeah, I'm kind of pleased about it. But here's the other weird part. You know the other tab that he had open?
Yeah.
Well, next to a tab of this Japanese porn, he's got a tab about Tucker Carlson.
I did notice that one.
Yeah. And of course, remember, he embarrassed himself when he went on the Tucker Carlson show. He really embarrassed himself. That was when he had that breakdown we talked about at the start of this bit. And in the tab, he's got a Salon article. And the Salon article, again, Salon being such a ridiculous publication that, it's hard to believe it's not actually owned by, like, the Republican Party, and they use this as a psyop disinformation to make leftists look ridiculous. It's still hard to believe that isn't what they're doing. But it's an old article. It's like 2012. And it's just talking about Tucker Carlson's downward spiral, talking about how he went, from being a respected journalist to some sort of conservative commentator buffoon. Now, let me just tell you, Alex Perrine, who writes for Salon, condemns Tucker Carlson. Let me tell you about someone you might have heard of, Christopher Hitchens. Christopher Hitchens is documented on more than one occasion saying out of all the conservative commentators and journalists, the one he rated the most, and in fact, when they did a compilation of political writings from the opposite, he did it with another journalist, and Hitchens, who described himself as a liberal, picked right-wing journalists, and the right-wing journalists picked left-wing journalists, and they did a compilation of great writing. Christopher Hitchens said Tucker Carlson's the best conservative writer he thinks he's read, and the best journalist he thinks he's read. And he used to regularly say to Tucker, "Please don't go into television. Please don't quit writing." And he said, "I hope he'll get back to it." So I'm definitely going to take Christopher Hitchens' opinion over what constitutes a good journalist more than Alex Perrine of Salon. I hope that doesn't disappoint anybody. I think Hitchens definitely has a better mind for it. But anyway, so for some reason, while yanking it to pictures of infantilized schoolgirls or whatever, in with huge tits, he was also looking at Tucker Carlson's face. Bit weird, isn't it? Like,
switching back and forth.
Tucker. Right? What is he doing? What is he thinking here? And if you look at his Twitter feed, on the day this kind of broke, it's again, this is a terrifying window into obsessive mental illness. Let's just go back and just look at the things he's tweeting. Again, there's no point in me giving him an individual tweet. Just scroll back to, it's a few tweets ago. Let me just see. It's after the evil Jews thing. So June 7th, he says, apparently Tucker Carlson brought me up on his show last night. I wouldn't know. Like most people now, I don't watch it. Okay. And it says, in the Trump era, Rachel Maddow starts beating Fox News. Don't know if you knew this, guys, that at a time when everyone's been collectively brainwashed, into thinking that we somehow accidentally elected a neo-Nazi and a member of the KKK simultaneously, it turns out that the only story that sells for the media now, the only one that will boost your ratings, is an anti-Trump story, which kind of makes you think, doesn't it? Makes you think why all these media outlets would be constantly pumping out an anti-Trump, a slew of anti-Trump propaganda. Oh, ratings go up when we do that. Shall we keep doing that? Yeah, why not? There can't be any repercussions. We've said things that are inarguably false about Donald Trump repeatedly, and there's never any consequences. So why not? Why not? We've got a string of apologists. We've got the Democratic Party itself funding super PACs that will put out this disinformation. Nobody cares. Nobody wants to defend the essential service of journalism, in that we have to tell the truth. No point. So obviously, people aren't watching the common sense of Tucker Carlson's show. They prefer the frothing hysteria of, let's wake up early and watch Comey give his testimony, his bland, insipid testimony, which actually proved that Trump isn't under investigation about Russia at all, and that Comey was leaking information to the press. And everyone's like, God, he's an honorable man. He has leaked private information to the press by his own admission. He had friend journalists do that. This is the head of the FBI, ladies and gentlemen. That's a reason to go to be fired before we get into anything else. Anyway, he goes, which reminds me, time to satisfy the demands of Tucker Carlson's fanboys and list more from my Tucker Carlson falsehoods notebook. That was the empty notebook that he waved around while having a mentally ill episode. Tucker Carlson, MD, told his viewers there was no chance Hillary had pneumonia, failing to mention a doctor's letter saying just that. A few more. Rep. Adam Schiff offered Tucker analysis of intel he'd seen, which Tucker hadn't. He declared with no sources Schiff was wrong. The statement by Rep. Adam Schiff since been confirmed repeatedly, including in a January intelligence report. Tucker never told his audience he lied. Last one for today. In August 2009, Tucker called TARP, passed during Bush administration, Obama's bailout, and refused to stop lying when corrected. So Tuck, keep coming after me. I love it. Keep reminding me to tweet the lies you've told in the past and expose you for the hack you are. And then he tweeted out that Salon article that he was looking at while jerking off over Japanese porn. So interesting, isn't it? Again, just like massively obsessed, and of course, does disclose that he is an MSNBC contributor in his bio. It is interesting, isn't it? That people, the MSNBC coverage is getting more coverage than Tucker Carlson's. I don't know. Maybe you've got a vested interest in putting out your disinformation, Kurt. But it's hilarious to me that after a time when you go after someone for telling falsehoods, which aren't essentially falsehoods, they're either this is what it looks like based on the information we have at the time, or okay, information came out later that now disproves my postulation. That's fine. It's not like he continued to lie beyond that point. But it is interesting that you expect us to believe this half-baked story, that you don't yank it to Japanese schoolgirl porn. Okay, all right, no worries there, Kurt. It's good. And good luck ever being a credible voice on lies when this is the best story you can come up with. Now, let's have a look at the Reddit detectives have been on the scene, and I'm having a look. Yeah, so I'm not quite sure, because obviously this is still developing. I'm not quite sure. I don't want to look at these pictures, Northern. Why have you done this? Why have you linked me to this? It's literally the full thing. He's just linked me the full document. So apparently Reddit have already gone out and found the full thing and listed every image on it. And I can tell you, definitely not the kind of thing I want to look at. So hopefully somebody has sent that to Newsweek and said, this is what your senior editor and senior reporter is looking at in his spare time, because I'm pretty sure no credible news organization would want to employ somebody who has openly said that they look at that sort of thing. So there we have it. That is the terrible, woeful, shameful story of Kurt Eichenwald, a man who literally someone has now got to have an intervention, I think. I think we're at that stage. Like, I just don't understand. I said it last time when he went on the Tucker Carlson show. I'm saying it again now. Like, somebody has got to have an intervention and stop him, save him from himself. Because, I mean, again, if there aren't consequences for this, it just shows sort of how demented the left has got. Because I can't really imagine. Let's say, for example, this was Tucker Carlson tweeting this shit out. Pretty sure he'd be crucified, wouldn't he? And everyone would be pressuring advertisers at Fox News to pull out from his show. We've done that over unproven allegations of other Fox News contributors and anchormen. So I'm pretty sure that's the way it would go this time around. So, if Bill Maher can get away with using the phrase he used on his show, and Kathy Griffin can get away with holding up an effigy, a beheaded effigy of Donald Trump and all this other shit that just keeps coming out from the left. If Kurt Eichenwald can get away with openly being exposed to yanking it to sexualized pictures of Japanese schoolgirls, then we just need to pack our shit up and go home, really. I think we just need to admit we exist in a time where the rules aren't the same. The rules aren't the same politically. If you're a leftist, you can do whatever the fuck you want, because there'll always be apologists on your behalf. If you want to be of a conservative bent or a right-wing bent or even a centrist, that's it. You're doomed. All right, how long have we got, Sam? Because we usually take a break, and I feel like we're almost...
We're an hour and 40 minutes in.
Yeah, we've almost done the full show. So probably it's not worth taking a break. So let's go on. Let's move on to another few little quick stories. I had a load of people messaging me asking to tackle this story about RuneScape.
Yeah.
Right? Save that. Because honestly, I'm probably going to surprise everyone here. Hope it doesn't offend anybody. Don't really give a fuck, mate. Don't give a fuck. Because you create a virtual world, and then within that world you have a virtual gay pride event. Who cares? Honestly, why are you offended by this? Oh, but Richard, you say you don't want the politicizing of games. Yeah, I don't, when it informs developmental choices. When you go out and you make shit up to pander to a mob. When you ban people. Like, okay, if during the gay pride event in RuneScape, I don't know, they banned an account called Straight Dude, right? Now we've got someone to talk about. it's a voluntary, non-mandatory gay pride event. I don't find this any more offensive or weird than if there was a gay pride parade outside of my window, which, by the way, if there was, I'd be out there slamming fucking ball of pills, fucking
sniffing poppers and living the dream.
The dream. So you're talking to the wrong guy if you want me to be outraged over a gay pride event. I literally don't give a fuck. I find it absurd that anyone would care that there's a gay pride event in a fucking game. Sorry. So yeah, maybe there's more to it. All right. People are saying, oh, they did mass ban people though. All the more reason that I got to look at it. Did they mass ban people that were doing homophobic shit in the middle of a gay pride parade? Maybe that's reasonable. I don't know. So I'll read up on that, and I guess we'll tackle that in tomorrow's show. But bottom line, definitely don't give a fuck. I mean, I'm going to have to work incredibly hard to give a fuck. There's going to have to be some sort of mad abuse of power for me to give a fuck. It's a gay pride event. You know, just deal with it. Suck it the fuck up. I can't even believe. Yeah, look at that. People are like, gays in your children's medieval fantasy game? Yeah. What, you think there weren't gays in medieval time? What's
Game of Thrones?
Yeah, what is your point? Everyone's straight slamming each other's ass. No one gave a fuck. The amount of beards that these medieval kings got through, I just don't understand. Like, why is that got to be still? Why is that a political issue? Why is that a political issue still in this day and age? Like, I realize, one of the reasons we took that Blizzard video down was I realized we spent the first 30 minutes talking about the whole Tracer being a lesbian thing, and I badly framed the argument because I don't care that she's been made a lesbian. What I think is weird is that when you suddenly canonize a character as being a lesbian to avoid allegations of her being sexualized for a hetero audience, I think that's weird. All right, that's worth discussing. That's worth talking about. And you just throw it in at the end. Haha, we didn't do anything wrong. Anyone looking at her ass, you've all been tricked. I think that's weird for a developer to do that. But putting having gay events in your games, like, yeah, whatever. It's a virtual world, isn't it? It's a virtual world. It's like people have funerals for fucking World of Warcraft people, don't they? People turn up and, oh, bloody hell, someone I've never met's died. Let's all go to their virtual funeral. People have virtual weddings, which, it's just a virtual world. There'll just be shit in there. You don't have to participate. It's fine. There's plenty of other. Go do a fucking raid or whatever. You know what I mean? Calm the fuck down. It's fine. But with that in mind, there was this story, which I thought was pretty fucking ridiculous. Where was it? Here it is. North Carolina, okay, went to court and had to admit. This story is just so fucking unreal. She had to admit in court that she whipped 30 parishioners up into a frenzy at a church to beat a gay member of the church to help expel his demons. This is the World of Faith Church in North Carolina. This story was coming out now because it goes back to a case that happened in 2013. Speaking in court, the head of the parish said she believed Fenner was unclean and sinful after the minister, a chap called Brooke Covington, launched into a 2-hour-long diatribe against the man, saying God said there is something wrong in your life. I mean, this guy must have the patience of a saint to sit there for 2 hours and be berated by a minister in a church for your lifestyle choices being wrong. Like, definitely leave if that's happening. Say, well, maybe this isn't the church for me. But then this woman whipped up parishioners into a frenzy to beat him, to help him expel his homosexual demons. He was berated, slapped, and choked by fellow parishioners. Nice, that, isn't it? And he took it all. 23. Yeah, you've done a close-up, haven't you, Koslov?
Show the evil in her eyes, mate. She had her own demons.
When they talk about the banality of evil, it's this, isn't it? Like, she just looks like a regular woman just gets up, goes to goes to the local store, goes to Whole Foods, gets her groceries, says hello to everyone. See you at church on Sunday. Yeah, see you on Sunday. And then, everyone's there at the church on Sunday. Oh, there's a gay here. Let's beat him. Let's beat the gay. Like, what is wrong with your brain? What is wrong with your brain? I just don't understand it. I've never got this. Don't understand why this is something that still happens or needs to be debated. It's just get just get on board with, right? Even if it was true and your crazy little imaginary friend did not like the gays, it's just not going to change anything. They're still going to be here. Gay people are still going to exist. Maybe you shouldn't be organizing mobs to beat them up. Just saying. Has there ever been a recorded case of a fucking gay guy like getting up? Oh, thanks for that beating. Fucking hell, I'm never going to suck another dick. Like, has that ever happened? Where's the scientific methodology behind this? Like, it doesn't work like that, does it? You can't beat the gay out of people. And I don't know where you get the impression that you can. It's completely fucking absurd. So there's that story. So while people are outraged by RuneScape, maybe get outraged by that sort of stuff. Tell you what, then let's do the let's do this absurdist Donald Trump breaking the law apparently by blocking people on Twitter. Let's talk about this. So it's interesting, isn't it? Right? Leftists, and I mean seriously, I'm getting to the stage now where I'm trying to be a good person, a good human being, trying to be balanced, right? I'm trying to not get carried away with hating my enemy, right? Because then you end up like them. I try and understand them. I try and pity them. If I think someone is genuinely mentally ill, like a lot of leftists are, I try and be as understanding and sympathetic as I can. But I'm starting to hate the hypocrisy, and it's really wearing me down. It's really wearing me down because, I want to not be hateful. But it's very hard, isn't it? Because, okay, leftists. When Milo Yiannopoulos got banned off Twitter, you all lied. You all said he racially abused Leslie Jones. He didn't. He said she looked like a dude. Make of that what you will. They accused him of whipping up a mob that racially abused her. He didn't incite anything. He gave her a bad review of her movie and said she wasn't funny, which I agree with. I think Leslie Jones isn't funny at all. I don't understand how she's a comedian. I've never seen her do anything that made me laugh, and it's not targeted because of her background or anything like that. I say the same about Amy Schumer. Meanwhile, I actually do find Sarah Silverman funny. Even though I think she's mentally ill as well because she sees phantom swastikas when they're just marks on the floor from the electric board or whatever. So I thought Milo had a point, right? That is what got him banned from Twitter, completely deplatformed. He was completely banned, and leftists, all of you, and I mean all of you, to a otherkin, said that's a good thing. Twitter is a private platform. It shouldn't tolerate hate and abuse. And if someone is being made to feel unwelcome or uncomfortable, like Leslie Jones was, I mean, she immediately went into victim mode. This is a New Yorker who has done comedy clubs, one of the most hostile environments you'll ever be in, especially, if we believe everything that female comics say. It's so much harder for us to get up and tell jokes. The hecklers are so much worse and so much more vitriolic. Well, you've done that and you've made it, and you're in mainstream movies. Box office flops, of course, but you're in the movies. You're still there. You're still a desirable. You've done Saturday Night Live. You're still at the peak of a comedian's career. So I imagine you are a resilient person, but apparently not. She went and played the victim, and Milo was banned. Twitter then refused to comply with his subject access request, deliberately delayed him because obviously what they would what would have been proven by that subject access request is that Twitter discriminated against him, that Twitter actually have a shortlist of accounts they want to ban. And this has been the leftist argument is always part of the right to freedom of speech. I mean, first of all, the average moron leftist will say freedom of speech is to protect you from the government. Freedom of speech is to protect you from the government. Freedom of okay, great, all right, good. Heard that one, you fucking cretin. Heard it a million times. It's dull. It's boring. It's and then the more sophisticated leftist will say. Part of the right to freedom of speech is the right for platforms, privately owned businesses, to deplatform anyone they don't want associated with it. That's the more sophisticated leftist argument. And free speech. If you like free speech, you're a Nazi. Like, these people are so fucking ill. Like, I have to really check myself to not hate them, because I can't understand the idiocy that you would want to remove freedom of speech, that you would associate freedom of speech with fascism, that you conflate the two means that there is something fundamentally wrong with your brain. And honestly, I want to say you shouldn't be allowed at the big table, but in saying that, I sound like a leftist, so I won't. So this point was raised by Milo Yiannopoulos himself after being deplatformed. Okay, Milo, and you got to keep this in mind. I'm going to give you this link. This is Milo in the White House. It's a 3-minute video asking about what the administration would do to ensure businesses respect First Amendment rights, because we exist in a very different time. And the idea of, freedom of speech, okay, it's now got to factor in things that we never factored in. It's now got to factor in, do you have a fundamental right to a Twitter account? Even though Twitter is a private business, it's already been deemed in some countries access to the internet as a human right. So as we start pushing this forward and we start assimilating technology into values, core values and beliefs of Western democracy, some of these businesses might have to yield this idea that we're a private business. We can provide a service for anybody we see fit, and we can deny that service to anybody we see fit. Might be that you don't get to say that anymore. I mean, because, and you go, well, Richard, that is impinging on their freedom of speech. Well, all right, you got a right to a freedom of expression and a freedom of religion. That don't stop leftists saying cake baking companies are absolutely ridiculous if they don't want to make a cake for a gay wedding. And some have been compelled to not be allowed to operate under that premise. And again, look, I think it's pretty clear when I've just said if there was a gay parade outside my window right now, I'd be out there slamming poppers. I think it's pretty clear I'm no homophobe. But again, you can't exist in this dichotomy. You have to be consistent in your beliefs. You have to say either the business can say, go fuck yourself, we don't want to make a cake for a gay wedding, and they're assholes and pieces of shit, but it's their fundamental right to do it. Or you say, do you know what? Maybe companies don't have this fundamental right of discrimination. Okay, right, cool. Now we're getting to a place where we're having an intelligent, articulate discussion. And that's what I want to have. Leftists, you can't do it with them. Because it's literally my feelings. And there is no consistency. It's whatever we want at any time. And you must pivot and switch. Right? And we'll just keep changing the definitions of words, keep changing the interpretations of laws. We'll do whatever we have to get our own way. Like children. They can't be consistent, because as soon as it goes against them, which is what this whole segment's going to be about, they start stamping their feet and going, the things that we said 3 months ago must change now. No, you believed it 3 months ago. Why does it change now that you're not getting your own way? And this is why I always say it, and I will repeat it once more for the people who don't listen. If you support censorship and you support the tools for censorship being implemented and you think it is a victory, you must also cheer that victory when those tools you bring in are used to censor you, which they will be. Feminists on campuses were the first people to get campuses to deplatform people they didn't like. Then, when radical feminists came in and said, okay, I want to do a speech today about why men should be kept in cages and used only for the purposes of artificial insemination, and that was ruled hate speech, and the feminists are going, why can't we listen to this controversial feminist speaker? You set the tone. You did this. Guess what happens next? If you give any powerful entity carte blanche to censor these voices, what will they do? They'll censor all the voices. And then they'll say, hey, we're being consistent. This is what you wanted, and you're going to have no one left to cry to. You did it. You said you wanted this. If you ever cheer censorship, never cry when you yourself are censored. So this is Milo talking to the administration here. Give me the old 3, 2, 1 when you're ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. Milo.
Thank you. I have a free speech question. The late Aaron Schwartz, co-founder of Reddit, said that censorship had a meaning outside of government when private corporations either invent new kinds of speech or have a monopoly on certain places online. It's becoming very clear that Twitter and Facebook in particular are censoring and punishing conservative and libertarian points of view. The president's made some encouraging comments about free speech. He said, for example, that university students shouldn't be coddled, perhaps suggesting that the safe space and trigger warning culture isn't something he believes in. Is there anything the president can do to encourage Silicon Valley to remind them of the importance, the critical importance of open free speech in our society?
Well, I appreciate the question. Obviously part of what's built into our system is a respect for private companies to put in place their own policies. But I think the president would be the first one to observe that the success of that kind of social media and some of those social media tools is actually predicated on the idea of freedom of expression. And in fact, it allows, many of these tools are so groundbreaking because they give people an opportunity to express themselves in ways that we didn't previously even imagine. It also gives the average person the opportunity to be heard by the world. And that's what makes that kind of technology and those kinds of tools so remarkable. And frankly, I think that's part of what makes them so successful. But yes, but as you point out, that is predicated on the important protection of First Amendment rights to self-expression.
We obviously can't enforce the First Amendment on private corporations, but there seems to be a very clear trend. My verification check was taken away for making jokes about the wrong group of people. Conservative commentators and journalists are being punished, being suspended, having their tweets deleted by Twitter. Facebook is, removing criticism of immigration in Europe. Are there any mechanisms that the government can use to remind these companies that they have that responsibility, or do we just have to trust that the market's going to punish them if they don't?
Well, I know that I'm not sure exactly what sort of government policy decision could have any influence on that. Obviously there is, though, a third branch of government, which is, our courts that are supposed to be insulated from politics, that are supposed to be in a position to resolve those kinds of questions. So if there are private citizens who feel their constitutional rights are being violated in some way, that they do have an opportunity to address that before a judge in a court of law. And that should be the way our system works. But again, even that is predicated on the idea that our court system is appropriately insulated from partisan politics. Okay.
All right. So there's even people in the chat. Yes, this is an old video. You're right. This is the point. At the time this video came out, when Milo brought that question up, people were saying, "Oh, no, you can't take away the right of a private business to have the right to remove people. You can't take away the right of people who use a service to block people." There's even people in the chat going, "Milo wasn't censored." All right, okay, cool. I'd be very interested to get your interpretation of censorship. That's sarcasm. Obviously, I'm not interested at all because that is an incredibly stupid thing to say. He was deplatformed. Now, there you can hear they say, look, it's very tough to mitigate the right of a private business to deplatform people it doesn't want to be associated with, and people having their right to use that service and their right to freedom of expression on that service, and he defers to the Constitution and says you'd have to look if your constitutional rights were being violated, which they're not. They're not. As the Constitution stands and as the interpretation of the Constitution stands, you are not having your First Amendment rights violated if you get removed from Facebook, if you get banned from Reddit, if you get banned from Twitter. This isn't factored in. But Tell that to leftists now, because we've been covering this on the podcast. Constant fucking retards that live for Donald Trump's tweets. I mean, constantly wake up, 4 a.m. Oh, what you doing? Oh, Donald Trump's just tweeted. Fucking, I mean, of course, that implies that they've actually got somebody else in their life. They obviously don't. Right, Donald Trump's tweeted. They fucking lurch over, roll out of their fucking, dirty mattress onto the fucking laptop. Quick, must reply. What's he said? Fuck it, I'll just say the opposite anyway. Doesn't matter if it's a good thing. Yeah, fuck the people in Flint. They don't deserve clean water. Why are you giving them money? Yeah, there it is. And then all the other leftists with their bots and all their other fake fucking services, which Twitter again completely turns a fucking blind eye to, to the fucking super PACs that openly say we are manipulating what messages get to the top, openly ignore people like William Legate, aka Wheelie Bin fucking Tits, who fucking has been deliberately manipulating Twitter's algorithm and openly says it on Twitter, doesn't get banned, tried to sign up to Gab AI with multiple sock puppet accounts, nobody cares, nobody says, maybe these people are doing something wrong, they don't get deplatformed, and they manipulate that they're not relevant. They don't have jobs. They don't do anything then of any great worth. But somehow their replies get to the top of these fucking Donald Trump tweets. Donald Trump does matter, in case you didn't know. He's the president of the United States. And constantly shrieking hysteria every day about Donald Trump. We've shown you the volume of tweets these people put out. Hundreds of tweets a day at real Donald Trump. Okay? Now, at what point does he have the right to block them? Turns out, according to Twitter, whenever he wants. That's the purpose. And we showed you in a previous episode exactly how many tweets these people sent. 6,000 tweets since the fucking, since the election. Do I have to tolerate that? I let people have 2 or 3, right? And if it turns out you're just fucked in the feed, I'm not interested. Bye, away you go. It's not, but you're censoring me. Hang on, I thought the rule was my fingers in my ears is not the same as a hand over your mouth. I thought that's what we all agreed. And that's the premise that Twitter operates under. Now, and I told you this would go further, didn't I? I told you the left would fucking contradict itself. I told you these leftist fucking morons couldn't hold a consistent idea or belief in their mind because of Trump derangement syndrome. They can't do it. It's a disease. It's a rot of the brain. Do you know how many people would just pass as normal? And you would think, yeah, they're normal and reasonable. If Donald Trump didn't exist, Donald Trump's existence exposes the irrational cretins. Like I say, you've got people like Sam Harris, rational across the board, gets to Trump, he's bad. Like, where's the facts? You're Mr. Rational. And they just lose it all the time. It's ridiculous. Just Twitter feeds from people whose work you respect. Just garbage about Trump. Like, none of this is true. This Russian shit, well, he's Putin's puppet. Yeah, Putin loved it when they fucking went to Syria. Putin loved that. Hey, what the fuck is going on? Just garbage. So I couldn't fucking even foresee how bad it would be. I thought, there'll be a few articles about it. There'll be like The Independent. Is it bad? Is Trump crossing a line? I thought it would be that level of hypocrisy. Nah, it's full fucking blown. It's full blown fucking hypocrisy, isn't it? It's the most ridiculous hypocrisy ever. Yeah, we should ban Paul Joseph Watson for hate. I saw people at a net neutrality rally, leftists at net neutrality, right, holding up ban Breitbart, ban InfoWars, ban websites we don't like. All right, okay. I mean, this is why I'll never call myself a liberal until they get their shit together. Never. I can't wear the term anymore. It's lost all credibility. I used to wear that proudly. Now what the left has become, it's a fucking disgrace. Whatever you want to say about the right, yeah, there's people on the right. They're anti-science. They're anti-women's body. They believe all sorts of nonsense. They do not stoop to the levels that the left has gone to anymore. They just don't. It's just a fact. It's just measurable. The left is so ridiculous in its hysteria. So, how far did they go? How far did they go? Well, let's start with Let me just get it for you, Sam. Here we are. This is the Knight First Amendment Institute. So it's the Knight First Amendment Institute of Columbia. They put out a letter. Now, keep in mind, we know about that. What was her name, Sam? That babe. What was it? Best Babe. Best Bay, something like that. She was saying, again, after harassing Donald Trump ridiculously, after sending him thousands and thousands of tweets, constant hysteria, falsehoods, lies, antagonistic tweets, which it's weird, isn't it? It's weird. When Donald Trump replies once, there was articles. In fact, before we even bring up this night shit, before we even get into that, Sam, let me just find you Ellen Powell. Ban Donald Trump. Let me just find this article again. And I'll give you the basis for this. And this was echoed and repeated in multiple articles. There was this idea that every time Donald Trump tweeted, because his Twitter account had so many followers and he was so powerful, if he tweets once at somebody, if he says somebody's name, it's wrong. People said he is reducing the value of businesses when he criticizes them, and he must be stopped. There was a genuine leftist movement to ban Donald Trump from Twitter. These people would have nothing if he didn't exist on Twitter. They live for him, to reply to him. The left now, the career that you make for yourself is by pandering to this mass psychosis. Keith Olbermann, he's got nothing insightful to say about politics. Nothing. He still says Donald Trump is guilty of treason. It's just come out today that he wasn't even being investigated. Do you know how many months it's been with constant leaks? Comey himself at the FBI leaking shit publicly, and there's nothing. And yet you're still saying he's a traitor, kill him, motherfucker. You just pander to this delusion, and it's just money in the bank. People will pay you. People will click on your shit. People will like your shit, follow you on Twitter. You can just build a name for yourself when you're an absolute no one. William Legate, complete fucking failure in life, despite having all the benefits. If there ever was an argument for white privilege, it's William Legate, and he's a fucking failure. That's how much that privilege is worth. Right? And he's made a name for himself. I know who he is just because he's anti-Trump. And there's so many people that'll just push that up to relevancy right now. That's all these people are doing. They're building careers out of this pandering to the madness. And so here's the movement. This is what Ellen Powell wrote. Dear Jack, it's time to suspend Donald Trump from Twitter. This is when Ellen Powell had just been removed from Reddit because she is a fucking absolute failure herself. It's weird, isn't it? Weird how these people just flop. Now she's Chief Diversity and Inclusion Officer at the Kapoor Center. Before that, she briefly started a company, no doubt with handouts from all of her friends in Silicon Valley, to basically make social media more inclusive and diverse. And it was going to be her job to police social media. With this in mind, here's what she did. She said, for example, Trump used Twitter to criticize civil rights hero Representative John Lewis, who spoke at the March on Washington alongside Martin Luther King Jr. It was weird as well, actually, wasn't it? How the left only started talking about how John Lewis was a fucking civil rights hero when Donald Trump went after him. I mean, the rest of the time, people weren't giving him that credit, you know? And yeah, if you were part of the civil rights movement, you went on the Million Man March and you had to endure that disgusting treatment that black people had to endure in America at that time. Yeah, I think you are a fucking hero, but you're a hero all the time. I mean, that happened. You're not just a hero when a villain presents itself, are you? You know, Superman, even when he's Clark Kent, if you feel me. This is ridiculous. Trump tweeted an attack on award-winning actor Meryl Streep for speaking out against its regressive social policies. He blamed the local union leader, Chuck Jones, for the loss of American jobs. And again, we talked about this on the podcast because people were calling for him to be banned after that. And then he said, even more distressingly, Trump used his Twitter account to start an attack on an 18-year-old girl who hid and later said, I think the worst day was when someone said my address and they said they were coming and they were going to rape me. It wasn't Donald Trump, was it? It wasn't the president who said, this is where you live and I'm going to rape you. By the way, I live at the White House. That didn't happen, did it? Right? It's some anonymous cunt. You can't be held responsible. Like, I can't be held responsible for the nutters that do things on my behalf. Donald Trump can't be held responsible for the nutters who do things on his behalf. You know, Milo couldn't be held responsible for the things that the nutters do on his behalf. You know, and when I say on his behalf, I mean that loosely, nebulously. We don't want those people to do anything bad to anyone else. But, you know, if I tweet something and that inspires you to do something bad, unless I've directly incited you, you can't blame me. Unless I say, look, hey, yeah, look at this bitch, get him, which, by the way, Leslie Jones was doing. She wasn't banned. She did directly incite people to attack racists on Twitter. That was deemed okay. That was deemed acceptable. Hypocrisy again from the fucking left again. So here she is saying, you know, oh, because he tweets and says that these people over here are bad, or he exercises his right to free speech and criticizes people, and it might inspire people to do bad things and say bad things, therefore we should ban Donald Trump. This is what the left believed at that time. Okay? Now, let's get to the Columbia Knight First Amendment Institute. Again, it's an institute at Columbia University designed to put its legal weight behind protecting the First Amendment right of freedom of speech and any violation of that right. Now, banning somebody from Twitter is a whole different fucking ballpark, right? Banning someone from Twitter is a whole different ballpark to blocking them. I'm not deplatforming you. You still have your platform. You can still say what you want. I do not have to listen to it. Now they are saying that is in itself a First Amendment violation because you're president. So I'm going to read you this letter from the Knight First Amendment Institute. I just knew it would go to this place. I just knew that they would do this. Your vigorous use, dear President Trump, your vigorous use of Twitter to comment about matters mundane as well as momentous has afforded Americans valuable insight into your policies, actions, and beliefs. It has also supplied the public with a means of engaging you directly. Your Twitter accounts are forums in which you share your thoughts and decisions as president, and in which millions of people respond, ask questions, and sometimes have those questions answered. I mean, actually what happens is you get berated by people constantly, abused and harassed. This is how you would define it. Ellen Powell, all the other leftists that were crying about Milo. This is how you would define it. And people even manipulate those abusive replies so they're the first reply people see when they respond. We write on behalf of individuals who have been blocked from your most followed Twitter account, @RealDonaldTrump, because they disagreed with, criticized, or mocked you or your actions as president. This Twitter account operates as a designated public forum for First Amendment purposes. It doesn't. And accordingly, the viewpoint-based blocking of our clients is unconstitutional. We ask that you unblock them and any others who have been blocked for similar reasons. The individuals we represent include Holly O'Reilly. She sent a GIF where the Pope just did a face looking at Donald Trump, apparently, and she said, "This is how the whole world sees you." Then also Joseph Papp, who said he was blocked for saying, "Greetings from Pittsburgh, sir. Why didn't you attend your Pittsburgh, not Paris rally in DC? #fake leader." The blocking of users from your Twitter account suppresses speech in a number of ways. It literally does not suppress speech. Users who have been blocked cannot follow you on Twitter. Yep. Tough shit. Private platform. Those are the rules. And they are limited in their ability to view your tweets, find your tweets using Twitter search function, and learn which accounts follow you. They're also limited in their ability to participate in comment threads associated with your tweets. Yeah, that's what happens. You say something I don't like, I'm signed up on Twitter, my right is to block you, as outlined by the terms of service. Blocking users from your Twitter account violates the First Amendment. There's no way they can even believe that. There is no way they can even believe that. And if that is true, holy shit, I'd hate to be Twitter. If this is proven in a court of law because some anti-Trump judge decides to rule that is the case, then all of the people Twitter have ever banned are now allowed back on because they have a First Amendment right to use the platform, and they're not allowed to block anyone. Twitter would need to remove the block function because I'm impairing your freedom of speech, especially if I'm a public figure. When the government makes a space available to the public at large for the purpose of expressive activity, it creates a public forum from which it may not constitutionally exclude individuals on the basis of viewpoint. That is the argument we made when conservative people were getting banned and the leftists were, what's that? Oh, it's crickets, isn't it? Nowhere to be heard. And this is true even if the space in question is metaphysical rather than physical, even if the space is privately rather than publicly owned. Again, arguments that were made on behalf of Milo and all the other people who got banned. You didn't care. You didn't help us. There was no Knight First Amendment Institute then. This is true. It says here, and even when the limited public forum is one of the government's own creation, the government may impose reasonable time, place, and manner restrictions in a designated public forum, but it may not exclude people simply because it disagrees with them. Your Donald Trump account constitutes a designated public forum. You keep repeating that. I'm still not sure repeating it makes it true. It is a forum for expression in which you share information and opinions relating to government policy with the public at large, and in which members of the public can engage one another, and sometimes elicit responses from you. Your Twitter account is a designated public forum for essentially the same reasons that open city council meetings and school board meetings are. Think about that. Your Twitter account, your personal Twitter account, is now the equivalent of a public meeting. And whenever you decide to tweet and have people engage you, it is the same as if you called people to a meetup. Further, it is plain that our clients were blocked from your account on the basis of their viewpoints. Yeah, imagine that. Imagine people on Twitter blocking people for their viewpoints. Imagine William Legate programming a bot that blocks 130,000 people, saying they are the worst of the worst, and nobody cares. People are talking about how he was harassed off the platform. No one's talking about block bots. I mean, fuck, block bots, the left have been making them for ages. I think Twitter should ban them because it impacts on how much you can get out of their private business. Each of them was blocked soon after having disagreed with or ridiculed you. Other users appear to have been blocked for similar reasons. Of course, it's easy to understand why you and your advisors might have found our clients' posts to be disagreeable. Even if the posts were scornful and acerbic, however, they were protected by the First Amendment. Again, they've still got the right to say them. As the Supreme Court has observed, the sort of robust political debate encouraged by the First Amendment is bound to produce speech that is critical of those who hold public office, and public officials will on occasion be subject to vehement, caustic, and sometimes unpleasantly sharp attacks. The protection of speech critical of government officials is perhaps the core concern of the First Amendment, because the freedom of individuals to engage in this kind of speech is crucial to self-government. We ask that you or your aides immediately unblock our clients' accounts and the accounts of others who have been blocked because of their views. We appreciate your attention to this matter. Isn't this utter madness? How has it got this far? How are we here? It's just so fucking out to lunch. And you're like, okay, well, this is a First Amendment activist group, you know, a respected one, I might add, but okay. No one else can really believe this. I mean, you know, it's a cute stunt to make a point and start a debate. But of course, obviously, all the mainstream media are all over this. I mean, straight on it. Washington Post loving it. They claim in their headline it might be unconstitutional. Actually, it might be unconstitutional for Trump to block people from Twitter. I have no idea why they would sort of leap to that. I mean, outside of this letter by this First Amendment rights group, I mean, nobody's necessarily agreed that. A judge hasn't ruled on it, but there it is. That's what's happening. It's being repeated in other places. Now, interestingly as well, let me bring this other thing up here. Now, this has sparked a broader debate about whether or not any political figure can block people on Twitter. Again, a key function of the platform. Without the right to block, I just have to just read abuse, don't I? I mean, let's think about what this means. It means I cannot block any incoming message. I must read them all. The only option I have is to skim read and scroll through, right? Like, I cannot block you. Okay? That is what they are saying. That it violates your freedom of speech. I mean, let's not forget as well, I mean, like, it's a global platform. First Amendment certainly doesn't translate across the world, and also as well that there's many countries that don't have freedom of speech. Probably won't even let you have a Twitter account. I think that's a much bigger issue, but whatever. But look, you can see here, this is on ProPublica, journalism in the public interest. As elected officials increasingly turn to social media to communicate with constituents, some are blocking those who disagree with them. Some say it violates the First Amendment. Legislatures say it's about promoting a healthy civil dialogue. Expect court battles ahead. And you can see here, people complaining again about Trump being blocked, and stuff like this. You can see the Democratic Party again at the forefront of it. They're using some hashtag because, here, I'll just read you the story here. In Arizona, a disabled Army veteran grew so angry when her congressman blocked her and others from posting dissenting views on his Facebook page, she began delivering actual blocks to his office, which again just seems completely unreasonable. A Central Texas congressman has barred so many constituents on Twitter that a local activist group has begun selling T-shirts complaining about it. And in Kentucky, the Democratic Party is using a hashtag #BevinBlocked to track those who've been blocked on social media by Republican Governor Matt Bevin. And most of the officials blocking constituents appear to be Republican. Oh, yeah. The mean old Republicans and their goddamn, censorship, yeah? The left would never do that. Democrats would never censor people. They never screech autistically and call for people to be deplatformed. That never happens. Grow the fuck up. What is this shit? The difference is nobody's looking. You're telling me there isn't a Democrat politician who's blocked anyone on Twitter? Fuck off. But this is where we're at. Civil Liberties Union of Maryland has said that you've lost the right, if you're, again, a politician or a public official, you've lost the right to delete comments from your Facebook page. They called on Governor Larry Hogan to stop doing that. So I don't even control the spaces I create anymore. People can just post stuff up there. I want to fuck your wife in her head until she dies. And I've just got to, can't delete that then. Got to leave that there. Somebody posts where I live. Got to leave that there. There's just no critical thought being applied to this whatsoever. I just don't understand it. But this is where it was headed. This is what we all knew. We all knew that this is what was going to happen, that the left would create this unbelievable bullshit, this unbelievable double standard. It's all the left trades in these days. They just trade in double standards. You can't say this, we can say this. You can't do this, we can do this. Because we're on the right side of history. We're the good guys, you're the bad guys. You're Nazis. Violence is wrong unless we're punching you. This is where we're at. This is the madness. And it's being supported by legislators. It's being supported by lawyers. All of the same political persuasion. This is a fucking insane time because it's not going to be for everybody, is it? Milo's not going to get back on Twitter. If we're, let's say, okay, yeah, we agree. We want to get Milo back on Twitter. We want to get, name me some other fucking banned conservatives back on Twitter. So let's do it. We'll actually help fund your challenge to Donald Trump and say he's got to unblock you. On the proviso, you will then represent Milo Yiannopoulos in a case against Twitter and get him back on Twitter because it's a First Amendment right that he's got to use it. Will you fight that battle? Will you fuck? Will you fuck? You'll be, actually, we believe hate speech isn't protected speech. Completely wrong. Hate speech is protected speech under the First Amendment. Completely wrong. This is how you spot a moron immediately. If anybody ever says that, hate speech isn't protected by the First Amendment, moron. It is, inarguably. No interpretation of the First Amendment within the Constitution says that. Moron. So, as if Donald Trump getting taken to court for ruining people's lives, 130 suits or whatever it was against him. He's also being sued, by the way, because public officials or foreign bodies might use Trump Tower to stay in their hotel or Trump's restaurants, and that's a conflict of interest, apparently. He's being sued for that by rival businesses. It's just nonsense across the fucking board, dude. I can't cope with it. Can't cope with it. Let's try and end on a happy story. Something that's going to fucking cheer me up before my ever fucking aneurysm. What have we got? Got to be something. Probably isn't. You got anything funny, Sam?
No, I think so.
Lurking in the short file. Yeah, there probably isn't, man. Let's just see. I got a list. Nah, because didn't happen, but it's a big didn't happen. We'll just have to leave it. We'll just have to end on the note that we kind of knew we were at. Basically, yeah. Turns out the left just lost their minds. Just hypocrisy across the board. Ideally, in the right kind of world, I would support this because again, I've been a big proponent of saying, hey, let's actually review what the First Amendment means, what free speech laws and legislature means in relation to technology. I've been a big proponent of that. But when you're turning a blind eye to one group of people being silenced, and then you're using the full weight of the law to stop another person doing a much milder form of censorship because of their political views, I can't support that. Again, it's got to be for all, or we've got to agree this is how the system operates. There's no middle ground on this. So I guess we'll wrap the show up there. What we can do is to again, the old palate cleanser. We'll plug the store again in case some people just came in. Yes, indeed. If you go to rlewisreports.com/merch, you can get yourself a pretty nice T-shirt. And if you take pictures of yourself wearing the T-shirts, preferably in weird or exciting places, we will certainly use them on the show because that's like what people do, isn't it, Sam?
Yay.
That's what you do when you have these kind of stores.
Buy your way onto the show, basically. So.
Yeah, exactly. So whatever it is you want to do with your shirt, definitely do it. And that we're particularly fond of the mentally ill one. Wink, wink, brain power. But that's that. So I think we'll wrap up the show there. And of course, as we've been repeating constantly about the YouTube channel, make sure you don't get unsubscribed. Again, as of today, people were messaging me saying, I've been unsubscribing the channel. I thought that was all a goof. I thought you were just making that up. No, literally, we put a podcast out before this show. We had an immediate drop of 20 subscribers. Immediate. And people keep saying, oh, this is because people realize they're subscribed to you, don't want to be subscribed anymore because your content is shit, and they unsubscribe. Okay, if that was true, why do people then message me saying, holy shit, I've been unsubscribed? That's what's happening. So make sure you don't get unsubscribed. We're starting to see we're mitigating the loss of subscribers as a result of saying this at the end of every episode. So make sure you don't get unsubscribed because YouTube will unsubscribe you because they're pig fuckers. And make sure you like, put a comment on the video, even if it's garbage, because engagement is what drives this thing. And obviously, thanks a lot for watching and supporting what we do. Thanks to all the donators and subscribers over the course of the broadcast. And we'll probably be back tomorrow to tackle, I don't know, the British election results, the James Comey hearing, and a bunch of other fucking depressing shit. So make sure you tune in. Until then, take care of yourself, and we'll see you tomorrow.